pushing it. They're pushing it. I gotta tell Derek want to know what we're streaming it. He was just talking to me on X. Yeah, I mean, we good, y'all. We in there, man. We live and in person with the teleprompter and everything.
Oh, come on now.
We're doing it big. Put some volume back. Oh, it's not
TTFU. We'll give you something to brag about, like the latest styles from brands you love, or the trends everyone's obsessing over.
I love DSW Shoe Warehouse, man.
You.
Oh, yeah?
Shoes that get you at prices that get your butt.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing. I appreciate how bought in you guys were. Like, I'm about to do a breakdown of the DSW
way I looked
film.
at the phone was like, really?
To each their own, bro. I was thinking,
We should get Ice in here to break down the commercials, Ghost.
Don't let Ice in here.
let me go get him. I'm going to get him right now.
My sources tell me you're not a real Titans fan unless you like DSW.
You'll log in, then log out, then log back in again.
We just didn't know how until we found out. If they get a problem wrong, that has a very simple explanation to help them understand.
Ice like breaking news.
He's gonna write us a sonnet, like a poem or something.
We want to give them the foundation to succeed in life, and IXL is
All
helping.
right, let me see. We good on YouTube.
You gonna call him Ice Shefty or what?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Icy.
Ice Shefty.
Adam Ice. Chef the Ice. We're gonna transform that nickname. Yeah, it's gonna grow. We'll figure out the perfect one.
You never know when creativity will hit. With the Adobe Stock Unlimited plan.
Live. Are we? Which? What are we streaming on right now? Bandit. We got X, YouTube.
We're
What
on
else?
X and YouTube. I'm gonna pull up the TikTok in a second. But right now we're on X and YouTube. That's what I'm checking right now. But we live. I'm just checking to make sure everything. All right, looks on that end. But I was just talking to Derek. He was trying. I guess he was trying to watch it. I know YouTube should be pretty solid. That was pretty solid. I might just can't see it from my end because it's my account. So I'm trying to log in from another account to see if it looks
confused by all the choices? At Mattress Firm,
we
we make it easy. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a perfect mattress. And right now,
Well, I'll tell you one of the things I'm excited to see, man. I'm excited to see if we get any prime time, and then if we do, what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what actually. Yeah, I think we'll get at least one. We gotta get.
Of course, we might already know. Maybe if we once we view that schedule again. I'm locked in on my device right now. So
Okay, very good. Well, I pulled it up from the Tennessee
The
Titans.
app, the Titans app just sent me a notification for it.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's where I pulled it up from. If you want to get a closer look at it, maybe. But I'm gonna pull it up in just a second. I'm trying to check out this one. I think I'm good. Yeah, we
Where's the
got
buy
about-
fall, by the way?
You said who?
Where'd the buy fall at in the season?
Oh, week 9. Week 9.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's not bad. That's better
I like
than week 2 or preseason, like we had that one year.
Yeah.
Like we were like dead by like week 10. It's like, oh my god, we're never going to make it.
So week 8, week 8 we go on the road to play the Bengals. Then we go on the bye, and then we come home and host the Jags. And then we play the Cowboys, and then we go to the Jags. 2 back-to-back road games. What I noticed is our schedule is evenly stretched out. It's nothing too. We don't have any bad stretches. Like you might got 2 at the most, but that's about it. It's either 1 home and back, or either 2 road or 2 home. It's not that bad. We do start off 2 back-to-back home. Oh, I ain't even look at the preseason schedule. I ain't even care about that shit. San Fran, the Seahawks, and the Bears. That's our preseason schedule. And so y'all can see Salah about the thing he said he wanted to do as far as training with each of the teams we do in preseason. When you think about training with those 3, that's crazy. He's gonna train against San Fran, his old squad. That's gonna be a crazy one if we can get joint practices with San Fran. I mean, he literally just left it, and now he's in the preseason doing joint practices with them against another team.
Man at the Titans account put out a video, like one of their old street videos, about 14 minutes ago on their X stream. I haven't looked at it yet, though.
I'm gonna pull it up.
About the schedule release. I don't know if you can play it on here.
Yeah, I should be able to. That's what I was saying. Just tell me the source, and I'll pop it on the screen.
But at least from that picture you shared, there were 0 primetime games.
Let me see. Ain't no way.
And a whole lot of nooners. Whole lot of nooners.
Wow. 2 years in a row is bad. No.
The only receiver, Jeff Chadia, that we are keeping our eyes on that needs to break out in 2026. Why don't you give me another one at that position?
I'll go back for another 30-year guy, Ian, and it's Xavier Worthy from the Kansas City Chiefs. Because
disrespectful.
So basically, they told us F you again, huh, Titans?
Yeah, you got to earn it, is what it looks like to me. I mean, you know, the NFL keeps so many of those games towards the later half of the season on a flex, where they can move stuff around, you know, in case the narrative changes and some team's blowing it or blowing it out of the water. So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, but that's okay. Damn, that guy's fingers fucked up.
Yeah, Baldy? I think he's slowly morphing into a turkey. I'm not 100% sure.
God.
Did you see his finger? Like it was like turned side.
Yeah, man, that's like the booger. You know Booger on ESPN?
Yeah.
You ever seen his fingers?
Hell no.
Look him up. Search up Booger McFarland's fingers. It's a strange search, but he's got one that's east to west, at least, man. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
It's from that
why is it like the second thing when I put his name in it? God,
forgot to fix
it. Jesus Christ! Oh my goodness!
He doesn't even have to turn his hand to hold a coffee mug the right way.
Listen, don't ask this guy for don't ask this guy for directions at all.
Oh my God!
He gonna go that way. Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
Oh my God! It's like his knuckle gave up.
Trying to like tell his wife where the bathroom is. He's like, "Don't you point at me."
Hey, it's like his knuckle gave up, bro. Was like, forget it back.
Man, that's from. Didn't Baldinger play offensive line or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just that's trench fingers, what they call that.
Jeez, Jesus.
That's sad.
You know, Ghost. When I said that first time in my life, that felt uncomfortable coming out. If somebody didn't know what we were talking about, I don't think they'd understand trench finger. You know?
His middle finger looks like LeBron's big toe. Like, you know how LeBron's big toe like curves to the side? That's how it looks for real. Jesus Christ. Poor booger.
LeBron's not making any money off those feet picks.
Oh, who you telling, man? That's terrible. Terrible.
Well, let me see.
Oh my God.
You're in trouble. Let me.
And this guy ain't even better right here. Who is this guy? It might be Baldy.
All right.
Oh, here it is.
Oh no. This guy is a wicket keeper, David Morrison. I gotta show you guys this. I got to show you guys this.
Hold on, B. We're trying to watch a video, B.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, I got it. All right, new look.
What's up?
All right, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Thank you for joining.
Good.
All right.
All right.
Somebody just told me I look like Dustin Hoffman.
Oh my gosh, Woody Johnson, the owner of the New York Jets. Woody Johnson.
Bart Suggs.
Big Dom.
Big Dom?
Look that way. Yeah, looks just like you.
Because I have a brother named
Dom.
Don.
Hey Cam, are you Cam Scattaboo? Yo, Derrick Henry. Oh man, my bad. CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Sounds mad familiar.
You play quarterback for the Texans?
Nah, sir. Not
Bro,
me.
you look just like him.
Me.
Pat McAfee? Excuse me, Pat. Are you Pat McAfee? Miles Garrett. Hey, heck yeah, dude. Joe, what's up, Joe? How you doing, Joe? You good?
Yeah.
You ready for the season, Joe? Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence? Trevor, come on. You just don't want people to know who it is?
I got my shades on.
Jerry Jones? The owner of the Cowboys?
Jerry, I'm from the UK.
Will Compton? Are you Will Compton?
No.
That's Will... No way.
No.
Wait, say it like this. Say it like this. I'm telling you. Dan Campbell. What's up, bro? Dan Campbell. Fernando Mendoza?
John Pork?
What are you doing here?
Oh yeah, just seeing the family, you know what I mean?
Aaron Rodgers? Nope. Dude, I won't tell anybody if you're actually Aaron Rodgers.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, man.
That was legit. I'll give it to him.
That's pretty good submission.
Yeah, that's legit.
That was funny.
They took a new spin on the street walk approach. I like it. Good effort.
Yeah, that was funny. I like it. Was
Man, Will Compton killed me. That one was great. That was great. Dude from the UK, stand like this.
No, the Fernando Mendoza got me.
Yeah, he looked.
That was
he
similar.
look like it's there.
He did.
That was funny. That was definitely funny.
I don't know if it was as good as a few years ago.
Oh, not at all.
No, it wasn't as good as a few years ago. Even last year's schedule Rizzy was pretty decent.
Yeah.
The funniest part about that video was the symptoms.
Once upon a time,
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and Patrick
that Jerry Jones.
playing in multiple AFC Championship games and in big spots.
Oh, guys, this guy. I thought Booger was bad. Look at this guy.
Looking to get back off the mat.
Oh,
I was like, who is this guy?
Rivalry of the decade. Then neither team really held up.
Yeesh. Boy.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to keep out.
You see that pointer finger right there, dude? It looks like a claw.
That's how he gets the last bit of gravy.
Oh. My germs.
You know that gravy can't get very well and just
Yeah.
Crazy.
he's got
the old gravy hook.
Oh my God.
I think this is going to be a true competition, and I want to see week one.
Jesus Christ,
Ain't
man.
nobody getting the last piece of gravy at dinner with Grandpa.
Oh, who you telling, man? Look at this.
Bandit, what did you say a while ago?
Does Titan fan have me?
You said who?
On weird hands right now.
Yeah, I was looking at because they were telling me about Booger McFarland's hands. And like, so I just literally looked up. I'm like, God, and then this guy popped up. I was like, what the hell? Listen, I will never complain about my hands.
It's a strong hand, man.
Ever.
Behave yourself, man. Look, let me ask you something, man. Let me listen. What time is it? All right, listen. Let me ask you this, man. What do you think we're gonna have to do? All right, since we already know we don't have no primetime games, how many games do we need to win? Well, what performance do we need to do this year in order to get at least one next year? If you had to give me a quick little answer on that one.
That's going to be like, shut up, Pelissaro. Jesus Christ. Shut up.
For a minute, I didn't know if it was Pelisaro, Bandisaro. I was trying to figure out who was talking.
Yeah, no. How many games?
We're only going to invite one
to get a prime time
big game next time. They won't shut up.
We gotta win. We gotta win at least. We gotta win get at least 8 wins this year.
Need 8 to do it. What you think, man?
I think it's more. I think it's a little less predicated on how many wins we get, and I think it's more in the flow of the season and kind of where the whole AFC South as an entirety stands in relation to where the Titans stand. Because I think if we're in contention for the AFC South, if Cam Ward is looking good, if the new pieces, Carnell Tate, Wandale Robinson, if everybody's firing, and this team shows something both on the defensive side with Saleh under a new coach that, came from New York, a high media market. Everybody knows New York. Everybody knows Saleh, whether they like the Titans in national media or not. People know it. So I think if we're vibing and we're rolling, I think we could get flexed into one of those spots if we come out strong, hot out the gates. I think it's more by the 8th game what we look like by mid-season, by bye week, essentially. Not necessarily for me how many wins total that we get, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. That's why I said, yes. Wins or performance. So you think we would need to be at least in contention for the AFC South?
Yeah, for me, I do. I think we need to be 1 or 2 on the AFC South, definitely. I think that it's kind of illogical to think that we would get a primetime spot if we're not slated for one already before the 8th game of the year. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't think the NFL cares to do that unless something crazy happens. But to me, we would look more at the last half of the year for us past bye week and then see how we're performing. And if we're up there battling, or obviously if somehow we're running away with it, everybody loves a great story. Look what the Patriots did from 3-14 to Super Bowl. They'll show us. They'll show us.
Okay. Ghost, what do you think it take? You think a certain amount of wins, or think it's performance based as well?
I think if they're fun to watch, I think you can get a Thursday night game or whatever. I don't know if it'll be this year. I do agree with Van that if we're performing and we're like right there and it's like a win and in game or something like that, I think they might flex us to a primetime game this year. But if it's next year, I think it's going to require wins. But also I don't know, because it's a market thing too. Like the Titans are in a small market, you know what I mean? Where it's like we're already behind the 8 ball just because of the small market nature of the fan base. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Well, one thing to Ghost's point that is 100% right about the market. One thing in looking at our schedule, and I'm sorry I'm a little limited in my setup right now, but in looking at our schedule post-bye, who are we playing that is a big market team? Right. Mm-hmm. And if we start identifying those post bye week games with big market teams, LA, Dallas, whatever, then those to me automatically become, this might be the game. This might be a spot we get flexed in.
Well, we're getting 3 and 4. Remember the year, remember when Bayard stood on the star?
Oh yeah.
We need moments like that. And I think that'll start getting the attention of the NFL as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm trying to bring it up now for you.
Oh, cool.
Let me see.
Yeah, so Dallas, November 22nd.
Yes, it's after the bye week. That's when Jacksonville back to back with, like you said, that Dallas game in between. Depending on what Detroit is at.
Yeah.
Of course, we got 4 of our divisional games are after the bye. There's something to consider too.
That's actually, I think that's a fantastic setup for us this year, man.
Yeah.
You have a bye in the middle of the season, and then you come back from that on the last half when if we're in contention for our division, to have 4 games in our division, that's a huge opportunity, right? To make a statement and claim that division. That's huge. And ending in Houston, I love that. I mean, that sets up for, what a great story that would set up for,
Especially, that's my dream scenario is that, hopefully, we can just win it right out. But if it came down to a winning end, I wouldn't mind battling up with Houston, especially with all that trash they were talking when we did out. All we wanted to do was just release new jerseys, and then we got to be like them. I remember them. No, I don't care. okay, if New York teams talking trash right now, I remember what Houston did when we was trying to just release our jerseys and do a new logo. And then all of a sudden, here come all this kerfuffling that they was bringing up.
It's because they jealous, man. They still love those colors. Deep down inside, they still love those colors.
Hey, it is what it is, man. We didn't.
They still love them. They can talk trash about them all they want to, but at the end of the day, they still love them.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And they're fighting. Really, they're not fighting with us. They're fighting an internal battle with themselves.
It's
that's the problem.
That I look at too is, and I mean, I'm really just trying to create a conversation. I'm not going too far into optimism, but I mean, it's bound to happen. We just don't know from whom yet. And it's like, what teams? Because there's some teams on this list that people will expect to be good, but it's some teams on this list that's not going to meet that expectation. And like I think we were speaking about at one point when I was talking about all the new head coaches that got hired. On this schedule, new head coaches, we got the Giants, the Ravens, who else? The Browns, who else right there? The Steelers, the Raiders. Okay, so we got a few new head coaches, and some people got some new. I mean, we're of course in that pool as well. But out of the 10 head coaches, I mean, you got to assume at least half of them are not going to have favorable seasons. Do we have any of those 5 on our schedule? I don't know how much I believe in Jesse Minter. Those are big shoes to fill, and I'm not sure how good. I was on the space earlier, and we were talking about John Harbaugh, and I asked, do you think that he has a better roster now in New York than he had in Baltimore? Because I mean, it's not impossible, but then the question is, can you really do better if you got fired with the worst roster? So how does that really work? I mean, yeah, he's a big name guy, but those are the type of stories that tend to flip because everyone thinks he's going to win, or like someone like Arizona or, the Raiders actually turn into, big time production this year. So I don't know how many of that we'll face, but I can see, some big games will. Well, let me ask you that. Okay, yeah, that leads me right into that. So looking at that, what do you think are our biggest games? Just looking at this right now, what are the big ones? You think will stick out the most or have the most importance on?
The game to me that sticks out, I honestly, of course, the division first, because what the division is. We have to win the division. That's if we want to be even in competition with the division, we have to beat the division. You know what I mean? And that division record stands out. It means a lot to draft picks. It means a lot to the season, to everything. So that's one of the first things. I think honestly, the outside of the division, I'm looking at. The only reason I don't pick the Ravens is because of Minter. I'm not a fan of Minter. But the biggest games that we're going to have outside of that's really going to test our team, Eagles game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping on the Lions because Campbell prepares his team very well. And I would say Cowboys because of that high-powered offense. How well we do against that,
Yeah, that's okay. Van, what big games stick out to you, or what do you see as big games? Just getting an early look at this schedule.
As a Titans fan, obviously we see through Titan blue glasses a bit, and that's fine. But I love the matchup with the Jets off the top of the season for a lot of reasons, because it's the revenge game for Saleh. We've traded players with that organization. They've got guys that want to get back. We've got guys that want to get back, including our coach. And I love that energy for a kickoff. But if you're looking at from a Titans perspective, you've got a good opportunity in that game at home on the season opener to start 1-0. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but it's a great opportunity. And I think we can all agree on that. So if you talk about starting the season off on the right foot, 1-0, to me, the very first big game is that Philadelphia Eagles game, because that is a proven, tested team with good coaching. Regardless of what we think, they got a new offensive coordinator that's
Yeah.
coming in again this year. They've got high talent. Whether or not AJ Brown is on that team, that is a good team. It is a Super Bowl team, a perennial playoff team. So what that stands to me is a test. That stands to me, what are we going to look like when we're tested? And let's say it's hypothetically a 1-0 Titans team. Think about the pendulum swing that game could create. You lose, and what's the worst thing? Well, we say we lost to a perennial playoff Super Bowl team. We made a good showing. How you lose, does that matter? Probably not. But to fans, it probably does. But what does that game say if you win? Not only to your fan base, but to the locker room. So I think that is a massive game, even in week 2. And some may not say, some might say, hey, low expectation season, not that big of a deal. I think it's a huge game. And if we come out 1-1, well, we're still 1-1 if that's the case. After that, I think we got to start looking at divisional games because they're always big. And for me, I think it starts with Houston right off the bat. And that's a home game. And, the history and the rivalry there on October 11th is a big deal. And so I didn't really want to touch on divisional a lot because we all know about divisional games. But beyond that, I think you got to start looking second half of the season. And I think you need to look at kind of that. If you're not looking at division games, I think you got to look at that Oakland game in December. Las Vegas. I still want them to be in Oakland, man. That Las Vegas game in December. And to me, that's because it's in conference. It can have implications in a playoff race potentially if, man, somehow we happen to be blessed enough to be in that position. And if we're not talking about what we do within our division, then the next biggest thing could be what we do in the conference outside of that. So I think those are the ones that stand out to me.
Okay. All right, Ghost. Big game stand out to you, or which ones catch your eye most interested in?
Agree with the Jets coming out one. Obviously, we have no idea where we're going to be. Like we all have our optimistic assumptions and stuff like that. But it does not seem to me like 5-3, 5-4 is unreal. Or sorry, 4-4 or 5-3 is not unrealistic by the bye. I think the Colts are a wild card. As hot as they came out last year, maybe they pick up where they had before they fell off there. But I think the Eagles are huge. I think that's a respect earner type game. The Bengals are a respect earner type game. Ravens are a bit of a wild card. But I think we could get to the bye with a winning record after this first 8 games. And if we get there, and then we have a home game versus the Jags, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Like that's the optimistic with a dash of realism take, I guess. But I think that first one is important. But I mean, we saw Will Levis. We saw Levis's first game. You know what I mean? We saw Mariota's first game out that one year. What do they say? That first game's kind of a lie from what happens in the back half of the season.
Yeah, I think me personally, I think it's some of these like the Bengals or the Browns, the one that we want to write off so easy. Because I mean, I think we know we'll battle against the teams when we really need to battle. But those are the ones that I'm really watching the most. Yeah, because one thing I noticed about the league, it's never the team the same way people treat us. It's never the team from last year. So it's interesting to see how things shape up. I will say one thing that I noticed. Like if we can go into the bye at least 500 or above, kind of like what you were saying, I think most people feel good about it. Because if we go, like you say, even 4-4, we're already above one game more than we won last year. So that's something to consider. But also, and I think I said it. I don't know if I said it in the chat or somewhere, but before the draft, a lot of people were saying Bailey and Bain and Reese and Styles and what have you. Well, we chose Tate, and that's what we chose in the first round. He's the first pick in the first round. It's ironic that we play all of those players, and it's a good testament to see, I don't think we did not choose right by choosing Tate, but it's a good testament to see the talent we did choose to pass up on. So we go against Bailey. So we go against Reese. So we go against Styles. And honestly, I think all those games, I mean, I feel like we'll win. But like you said, it's a league that's always changing, even though it's a start off hot. Unfortunate things happen with teams, and it's a lot of moving pieces that can change the course of the season in a game. So, seeing those 2 division games before the bye is something I think is critical too. I would, even if we go 500. I would like those 2 to be 2 of the 4 wins. I don't want to go because the division is important, and I'm pretty sure they'll still stress that emphasis on those guys. But yeah, that's how I see it. Have you all seen any releases yet from the team on their version of the schedule? I'll try to pop it in here if I can see. I've been looking. I'm gonna see if I can see anything. You said it's on YouTube, right, man? I'm gonna see if they got it on the channel yet.
Yeah, I haven't, but I'm going to piggyback off of what you guys said just for a second.
Okay.
Those Ohio back-to-back games are really big if you think about the first half of the season going into the bye. You never really want to go into the bye with down momentum, and especially coming out of the bye to face a division opponent. You're going to be at home, so that's nice, but you still don't want to come out of it on a down run. And so, not knowing what happens on that week 2, 3, 4 stretch with Philadelphia, the Giants, and Ravens, which are 3 competitive teams. And regardless of the new coaches, Harbaugh and Mentor, they're going to be they're talented teams, and those are talented coaches. Those 2 games right there, they could end up being pretty big pendulum games. Because, like Go said, it's not unfeasible. 4-4, 5-3. If we came to the bye with that record, I think most of us fans would be pretty pleased, especially coming off of last season. I think we should be. Those could be really big games.
That Bengals game, by the way, it's in a different stadium, but it's basically a home game. There's not going to be a lot of wear and tear on the players. You know what I mean? It's 3 hours, 2.5 hours away, something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I want to beat the Giants. I want New York. Because all this mess they talking reckless on Twitter, man. They talk on X.
I just got one thing to say. What's going on, y'all? This your boy, Mr. Fly High. I'm the only Eagles fan in here. Just letting y'all know, week 2. Thank you, host. Thank this guy up here. The guy way at the top. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
On week 2.
Hey, look, man, I told you. All right. You will come tell me.
I ain't scared. I know it's all y'all Titans in here. I came in here anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, we just menaces, man. We be like, die, Eagles, die.
Oh, yeah, we eating birds.
I came in here wearing y'all colors, too. I got your colors on. Just to show y'all, I come in peace until we play y'all.
Look, week 2.
That's a smart move.
We can be cordial, man. We not Cowboys fans.
Please don't be. Don't worry. I got something for them at the end of every segment and every video this year. You better not cut me off either.
Yeah. I think I see. No, you know what I see? This is somebody else going live. This is Tennessee.
I'll be back, guys.
All right.
No, I don't see nothing on the YouTube. I see the guy. Who is the guy? Titan Upload Network. You over here? Okay, so he's
Titan
going
Upload.
through.
That's our boy Jackson, isn't it?
No, he's Titan Report.
Oh, that's right, Titan Report. There's so many.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's a good thing to have too many Titans.
Ice Baby, man. What happened when we go to Washington to play your boy Sonny Styles?
Oh, it's who? Who?
That's a great answer. Yes, sir. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Love to hear it. Love to hear that.
What are you talking about?
Chef the Ice is in the house. Breaking news. This just in.
I'm trying to see. I can pull this up on him. He got. Let me see. Hold on. I can replace it right quick. Why did they do that? This is what he's going to the schedule prediction. This is what he's doing. Come on, what's going on? Oh, my bad.
So what's go down the list? All the games, or
Well, you missed a little bit of it.
Yeah, we're kind of doing.
I got here as fast as I could.
And we don't want to hear excuses, Ice.
I said Central Time, damn it.
Yes, vindication.
After
Bandit.
all the bars are closed.
Oh, you know what? I know something. Okay, I got it. My bad, fellas. Here we go. I cut it off. And then this. This looks like he's actually going through like the wins and losses from what I see. Right
Yeah,
now.
man, that's what we need to do. We need to mark that stuff up.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's coming back on it. Yeah, we can break it down. That's what you want to do, Ice.
I break it down, go through the schedule, give predictions. I want a record from everybody today, though. That's one thing I want. I mean, I realize like it's early and everything, but we got to do like a.
No, we can do it.
We got to do like a scheduled release day prediction.
Ice, are you talking about like my rap sheet record? You need me to email that to you?
I don't think you have.
I don't know. I just.
I'm off with that one.
You'd be the last person I would ever expect to have a
They called me E. Rappaport in the clink. That's how long that thing was.
If you drove a minivan, I would not be surprised, bro. I mean,
I don't know how to take that. I don't know.
You got the kids. You got the kids. You got your dad. You know, that's a compliment.
Yeah,
really, it's really a compliment.
Yeah, if it comes from a woman, it's not.
Well, if it's your wife.
We can go through the.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So, Ice, you already seen the schedule?
I was just looking at it when you had it up on the screen. I actually haven't. I was watching the telecast here. I just I took my Ethernet cord out of the Xbox, which is what I had YouTube TV playing on, and I put it in the laptop because it was kind of choppy, and I realized the Ethernet wasn't on our telecast.
Yeah, man. Hardwire that baby.
So now my Xbox is having trouble getting the Wi-Fi going. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna restart it.
I got you.
Yeah, if you can see here, this is my setup.
Yeah, I was just checking to see.
Love it. Got that articulating arm action up there.
Got the TV up here and then the TV.
You know what I'm saying? Love that. Little 60 degrees.
Yeah. Got the Red Bull. Got the nectar of the gods here. It's a great day.
Red Bull doesn't give me wings, but it sure produces gas. And that just doesn't, I just try to stay away from that.
Really? It produces gas?
Yeah.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah. I didn't specify which type.
Yeah, it's that special.
Ghost, did you catch the part where in Ice's world, the sunny skies have now turned gray and he is no longer on the Styles train?
What?
Yeah, baby. He didn't even know who that was anymore. I'm so proud of him.
I'm frozen on the screen. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, all you guys are frozen for me.
Well, you're frozen for us.
I can hear audio.
Yeah.
You're perfect.
Okay. Well, maybe it's not me then. Maybe it's Bandit.
Wow.
It's not me, it's you, Bandit.
Wow.
We lost our Eagles guy.
Yeah, I guess we had to fly high.
Yeah.
I like that shirt, Ghost. I want one of those just like that.
Yes. It accentuates my shoulders.
I'm about to order some I'm about to order some like new stuff. Yeah.
I would hope
What did
so.
you say about
Get
shoulders?
that tattoo fixed while you're at it.
Oh, bro, I'm about to get
Now
another
you're frozen for me. What the hell's going on over there? Nice.
It's those cloudy skies, dude.
No.
As soon as the sun went away, his internet just freezing up.
God bless America.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should like restart my computer.
Trying to do my
Yeah,
record.
I'm like looking up at my TV. It's frozen for me too.
What is that Nike color called? Is it Coast Blue? Is that the official color name?
For Titans?
Yeah.
I think they call it Titans Blue. I think they shifted it just a bit to troll the Texans.
No, it's
there's a name for it. It's and I don't know what it is. But Titans Blue adds an inch to your shoulder on each side. I don't know if you knew that.
No shit.
I think I'm gonna restart my.
Yeah, man, it's like the 80 shoulder pads for ladies.
I don't need an extra inch on my shoulders. I'll tell you that much right now.
Maybe you need to get Titans Blue pants.
Yeah, don't need that either, buddy.
What are we talking about? I'll be back.
Nice.
What color do y'all think the rivalry jersey is going to be?
Oh, here we go.
Black, black, black.
It's Navy, man. It's going to be Navy. It might be a dark navy, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not be surprised. Like, when we say, hey, it's Navy, everybody flashes back to the Navy we just came from. And I don't necessarily know if that's going to be the route. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's dark Navy. And honestly, you know, Zach Cohen FB on X, TikTok, dude put out great content. He was the one that first broke the Titans' new uniforms, I mean, forever and a day ago. And I've been following him for a couple of years. And again, forever and a day ago, you'd have to go back on his channel. But he really broke the fact that he has sources that confirm that they're going to be Navy. So, you know, I feel pretty strongly. The dude has a fantastic track record. I don't know who his sources are.
That helped
but
me blow up when he was on the Justins. What is that?
Yeah.
Music City Audible. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
on there, and they were pumping me up on there a little bit, and I kind of got a little boost of followers there for a minute.
Got the old analytics boost.
I think you're onto something because I was thinking it got to be Navy, but I'm thinking they're gonna call them like Nashville Knights or like something Nashville Neon or something like that. It's gonna flow.
I wouldn't be
I just
against
hope
either
it's
one of
better
those
than
things.
that Dolphins dark blue they used, because it looked awesome on the field. It looked horrible on the uniform.
That was terrible. Of course, I'm one of those people that I just can't stand the Navy integration with Miami Dolphins, to be honest. So,
yeah. All right, Ice, you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good now. Hopefully.
yeah, we can see you moving.
Yeah, I've restarted my computer.
That's a bonus.
It's been about 3 weeks since it's been restarted, so I figured maybe I should just do that.
Blow the dust
Nice.
out of that
Are
thing.
we doing realistic predictions, or are we doing
Yes,
optimistic
yes,
predictions?
this is going on the record.
Oh.
Oh shit!
All right, I'm cool with it, man.
What's going on here?
Oh, see, now y'all got me. Oh, jeez.
Close some of these tabs.
See, you know what was crazy though? See, I had already had, like, I did this a couple days ago, but I just really did it off of the opponents, you know, that we were playing. Now that I look at it, I mean, I'm not saying that nothing changed, but I mean, according to what I have, hey, nah, that's crazy. According to what I have on the paper, who gonna win, who we gonna lose to, we going into the battle 7-1, which is crazy.
Oh, are you going to adjust that any?
Well, I got us at 10-7, which is still isn't a. I don't think that's too high. I think that's at our ceiling. I think we can reach it, but that's what I'm saying. Like our overall is still 10-7, but when I look at who I have, I may have to make some adjustments because I mean, hey, all things possible. That could be virtual. I would be ecstatic, but yeah, I mean, I can move some things around that I can actually see the layout of the schedule. But, I was just looking at the opponents. Some people I think might be formidable, or some trap games or things like that. But I do have us going 4-2 in the division, or at least 3-3 at the worst. I think we're gonna have to fight for it because I've been doing some research on the actual other opponent, like really like division based. I've been looking at the AFC South, looking at who they have versus who we have, and just looking at who they lost, and just considering everything. Who wants to? I mean, y'all want me to kick it off, or y'all already know who you want, or how y'all want to do it? I suppose you're playing on, like, will we go game by game, and then everyone would say what they lose on each game like that?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, we can do that. We can break it down. All right, well,
but like kind of keep score as we go along, though.
I can do that. I can do it. I'll keep score. I feel like we're playing spades now. I got you. I got it. Who in here? What is it? 4 of us, 5 of us. That's cool. Well, I'll kick it off, and I'm pretty sure all of us probably gonna say the same thing. But the Jets. I mean, week 1.
I was gonna say something.
I mean, we're starting it off. That's a win for me, man.
That's a dub.
We're gonna find out who's drinking the Kool-Aid here in a second.
No, what we're going to find out is how much sugar they put in the Kool-Aid. We're all on the Kool-Aid, but who's hyped up?
I'm I need some straight line. Yeah, I got the so let's do it, and then we can break it down if we want to. But I mean, as far as the Jets game, yeah, I got that. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you why. For my reason of optimism, why I think that's going to happen is just. I just honestly think we are the better team, and I think we do have the better culture, better coaching staff. I mean, I do think they have some players, and I do think the Jets will be better than last year. How much more of that, I'm not sure. I don't know how much they expect out of Geno Smith. He might have something left, but I'm not sure if it's enough to give them the results that they're looking for. But I think Saleh got a big chip on his shoulder. I think he got a lot to prove, and I think last thing he want to do is go up against his last team. That he was the head coach for, and just take a L in his new team's opening game on their first, game of the season. So I think emotions and all, and just the fact that we actually have the ability to be competitive against this team, that we'll do just that. And I think we'll take the dub as a home opener. I mean, that's just where I stand. That's my reasoning behind it.
Yeah, so for me, week 1, I think you couldn't ask for a better matchup. You're coming off, of a tough season going against a team that was even worse than you were. And I definitely don't believe in Aaron Glenn or the Jets franchise as a whole. I know they have some good pieces there, but I do not like their offensive situation. And keep an eye on Cade Klubnik out of Clemson in camp. I mean, that's somebody that, if it pans out, could challenge for that quarterback spot, even for an early season spot. I'm not really sure that'll happen, but I think you couldn't ask for it better. And it's a home game. I think Saleh's going to have the boys ready. And I think the Titans come out of week 1 in Nissan Stadium with a dub and get that win and start the season off the right way.
It's interesting.
All right. Ice, baby.
Oh, is it on me? Me?
Right. Yeah. That was good, huh?
Yeah.
Now your brain is frozen ice. It's
good.
No,
I was trying to eliminate as many things on my computer as possible because this this thing is keeping it's. I think that's the problem. But anyway, I think we're good now. Jets. Man, that Jarvis Brownlee post got me fired up. I mean, I don't know if he realizes how fired up that he's making the Titans fans when he posts stuff like that. Dude, I can't wait. I mean, did you guys see the little thing I posted in our group earlier? Did you see it, Van?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it.
Yeah, I know Ghost saw it, and he was not enthused, it seemed like, but I was like, well, he's gonna be our negative Nancy this year. But no, I mean, really, like I'm gonna be so hyped, man. Like it's just like, and part of it's true, like Saleh, everything that Robert Saleh has been through to get back to this point, and he's got to feel like that he was a little bit wronged in his first round, as a head coach. Like he didn't have all the control that he has now. He didn't have the staff that he has now. Like he didn't have the knowledge that he has now. And so I think that like he feels way more prepared, and I think he realizes he's got a way better team than he had then too. And the biggest part of it is he's got a quarterback that he believes in. And so, I mean, we all believe in Cam, and I think Cam is the truth. And I think this is Cam's coming out party because, I mean, there's a lot of people who talk like Cam, like I talk about the Titans with my buddy that's a Browns fan, and he lives outside Nashville. He should know, but he's like, man, you guys you got a big question mark at quarterback, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like that's not a question mark, man. Like, I hope that Cam understands, and I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's going into this season knowing that everybody thinks he's a question mark because this dude is not a question mark, man. Like, we've seen a bunch of question marks that end up failing, and this is not that one. This is not that guy. So I can't wait till this season starts. Like, I'm so like motivated and I have so much confidence because of the coaching staff we have. Like, I believe in our coaches. I really do. I really believe in our coaches. That's the part that gives me the most peace, is knowing that Dable is going to come out and he's going to outsmart Aaron Glenn's defense week 1, and Saleh is going to handle his business. He is. Because he's gonna be looking up there at Woody Johnson and like this is for you. Like he's gonna be. There's a little bit extra in this first game of the season.
All right, Ghost.
I think it's a W. I think.
W.
I think it's gonna be a revenge game for Saleh. I think, like I said, there's a lot different. I think a lot of people like to point back to like, well, he lost at the Jets, but doesn't have Aaron Rodgers going down first game or whatever. He's not force fed Aaron Rodgers. He gets the. I think he really misstepped by not calling his defense up there, even though they were pretty good. But I think there's a lot different on that side. I think Dable. Man, I'm really excited about that. I think he was always kind of better as an offensive coordinator. I hope we get him for a couple, 2-3 years, but we'll see what happens. Because he can just focus on that and his weapons and like how to do it or how to outsmart the other team and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's a W for the Titans on that one.
But Bo, welcome, man.
What's up, gentlemen? Yeah, I had to go get some things done, so I came late. But
hey, welcome, bro. Welcome.
With the Jets game, we all kind of had that circled before we found out when it was going to happen anyway, and that's the only game you could truly say that this coaching staff's going to have multiple months to really think about and prepare for. You're not going to have that for every game. This is the only one in Saleh, even though, it's a couple years removed, there's still a decent amount of players he coached over there. He still knows their strengths and weaknesses. Aaron Glenn didn't coach with the Titans like that. Obviously we did a couple trades this and that, but at the end of the day, he knows that roster still pretty decently well. And you're giving Robert Saleh, with the defensive mind that he is, this long of a time to prepare for a team that he won't say it, but we all know he has that circled. That game's been circled since he knew it was on there. So I'm giving that strictly to the fact that Saleh's coaching ability with the coaching staff we have. I think that the defense overall is in a better spot than the Jets defense is. The Jets defense, they have more holes than the Titans defense at this point. Who would have thought that going into the offseason? And then you throw in the simple fact that Saleh's ours now, and you don't think these boys are going to want to try to start that off on the right foot for him. They're not going to want to go out there and play with that little bit of extra juice just for Saleh and start the season off and his career off with the Titans the right way. They're going to have a little juice. And yeah, the other players on the Jets can say, they want to come out and, do whatever, but they aren't playing against Saleh like that because it wasn't their choice to fire him. That wasn't their choice. At the end of the day, that was ownership. I give the edge to the Titans. They're going to start it off 1-0 for many of reasons, but those are some of mine.
Good take. Good take.
All right. So with the Jets, I think we're going to win. With all that, guys, you guys make great points. It's just I feel like with that, it's going to be a hard fought game. But I think because of the simple fact that our players that we traded away to them are going to try to fight hard too, because they want to show that you traded me. You know how there's kind of animosity towards the Titans with that, especially Brownlee. But I honestly think that the Titans got this in the bag. Honestly, not close. They're going to fight hard, but it's not going to be close because of the simple fact that I think with the way that Saleh wants to, well, of course, we know Saleh wants to get his get back with the whole situation with the Jets or whatever, have that happen. But on top of that, too, he's trying to prove to us, too, that he can do this head coaching thing, Like, he's trying to show the Titans fans that, look, I learned my lesson, I know what to do now. I got this. And so that's what bigger first step to do that then is to win this game against your old team that you just happen to be blessed with for the first game of the season.
That wasn't an accident.
Yeah, I don't think it was an accident. So I think for him, it's more. I got to show this fan base that I'm for real. I got to show the NFL that we're for real. Because at this point, the NFL is like, I think, and be honest with you, like how we say primetime games and stuff, I think this is a test for the NFL too. To say, hey, this is a kind of like a storyline, because the NFL loves storylines. They love to put videos up with storylines. And with this, first game again, he's going back, all the storylines on the outside of it with the players too. It's like, okay, let me see if the Titans can live up to the hype of the storyline. And if the Titans can live up to the hype of the storyline, we may be able to flex them in because it's going to be interesting throughout the season, especially when it comes to week 3. Because then that's Dable's turn, So
what happens week 3, Titan fan B?
Week 3 is the Giants.
Who's that?
Hey, we ain't there yet. We ain't there yet.
We're not there yet, though. We're not there yet because I got something for them.
Hey, guys, hold on. I'm getting something from New York. Yeah, this just in. Jarvis Brownlee was just penalized for a pass interference on Elick Manor. Automatic first down.
Always.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know that.
Oh, shit.
That's his third one today.
He should probably let Sweat talk the trash. He's not good enough.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, all right, so that's everyone picking a win for that one. Look, shit, man. I'm gonna just, we should. I really feel like we can beat these guys. Listen, hear me out, man. I'm not trying to overthink this. We should lose. The Philly should be the better team. Like Van said earlier, this should be a test. But I think Philly is one of those teams that just early in the season, some of these good teams, they don't bring their best foot forward. I'm not going to blame it because they know they're a good team. They pick up the pieces. But I think Philly opens up against the Commanders, which should be an easy win for them at home. They play at Philly. I think a lot of times early in the seasons you can catch these teams off guard because I do think that we have – I really maybe believe in this team a lot more than maybe we speak on. And that's just off of how I see that we're building it. And I kind of feel like I see Borgonzi's his build process. I mean, it's a 3-year plan. It's a 3-year plan. But I do think we'll be very, very competitive in a lot of games this year. I mean, I can't name too many people who have as good of a coaching staff as we do. There might be some better certified head coaches or people in their respective positions. But when you look at the totality of our coaching staff, what we're capable of, what we built in the defense and the potential of this offense driven by Dayball, I can't walk into this and feel like I would have a year or two ago when we was going to play Philly, especially having 2 home back-to-back home games. If we can bring the dub from the Jets, I do think the possibility would be here to be able to put it home. So While I could see us losing this game ultimately, for the sake of this exercise and what we're doing, I'm gonna step outside that realm and I'm gonna put my belief on the upside. I'm going to say, that I think we can actually bring a win away here against Philly, catch them slipping. I mean, because those type of teams, knowing from the media perspective, we're the type of team that they would lose to. Like, it's always the team, oh, yeah, they're going to beat those guys. And then you catch them off guard. And I think early in the season, we might be coming with more grit than guys who may be feeling themselves a little bit more. So that's just me. I'm not going to take too much of it. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised of it. I do think this is a game that, like Van said, we still should stay competitive in. And we may well take a loss. But I believe that the guys have the potential, and I'm going to root for them to do it. But that's just my takeaway. I'm going to pass it down the Van, and we're going to keep it rolling.
All right, well, this is the part early in the season where I have to take off my Titan colored glasses here and just make sure I give the most equal take I can. And honestly, I think that this for me is a loss. So here's why I say that. Again, I spoke to some of this earlier in the stream, but, the Eagles are a perennial playoff team. I don't think that they have lost enough, even though they have a new offensive coordinator come in. And I actually think that's a bonus. You can't get much worse than what they did last year. And they still were a competitive team last year. They were still a winning team last year. And that offense was atrocious. I'm a big Bama fan. Of course, Hurts transferred to Oklahoma. I don't hold it against him. But I don't believe in Jalen that much. But this team is well coached. This team has already been in the process of their foundational building stages. Our team is just now getting there after having that foundation totally stripped away. So we're just building. It is a home game. So that is a lovely thing to play early in the season against a team, much like Bandit said. You can surprise teams early in the season. But just looking at it as grounded as possible for me, I would personally pencil this in as a loss. I do think we are competitive in the game, but I think that at the end, the Eagles are just a more established team at this point in their organizational structure. And while I think we can play with anybody on the field, I really think I would be surprised. I'd be elated if we won because that would be a huge pendulum swing early in the season. But as of right now, I would take this as a loss. I'm going to put these back on for the next game.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Talk to us, Ice.
Well, I have to side with you guys. I thought I would be. I actually kind of thought you guys would say we're going to win this game, but
he did.
I did.
He did. Oh, he did. I thought he said loss too.
No, I'm saying we didn't loss. I feel like we would, but I'm gonna go ahead and just jump to that side. But no, I said we're gonna win it.
Well, I think early on in the season, everything's not clicking the way you may want it to, and I'll be honest, I think that we're gonna finish the season 12-5, and I'm having trouble finding 5 losses, not including this Eagles game. And that's kind of why I'm including it here, because they are a good team, as Van said. And I don't want to have goggles on while I'm making these predictions. I'm trying to do this as realistic and as serious as possible. This is a very winnable game. It really is. At home, I think it really is. It's just not in a good spot. The second game of the season, Tate's still learning things. Everybody's still trying to gel. While on the other side of things, most of Philadelphia's players have been together for a while. Minus A.J. Brown, he's leaving, and what's his name, Lemon's coming in. So you got some changes there, but not a lot. And most of their team, they know what's going on. They're gonna be a little bit more oiled than we are come week 2. I think that we're gonna play a really competitive game, but I think that ultimately it's gonna be a heartbreaking loss. I think that, it'll be one we can learn from, and I don't think that it'll hurt us really that much, because I think we'll take positives from it. I think that, it's not going to be something that breaks us. It's not going to be like one of those games. It's like, well, it's the same old, it's not going to be like that. So I'm okay with it. Not really, but I am. And I think that's just going to be one of our losses. And I think the next week will take precedence over the loss we just had, because we're going to have the Giants coming up, and everybody's going to get fired up again. So it's like that's the loss is going to be short lived. It's going on to the next week. Quarterback memory. Move on, forget about it, and I think that'll happen. So it is going to be a loss, I think, but it's going to be competitive.
For me, I think defense will keep it close. I think experience will trump the Titans' newness of everything. I think they got a new OC. We have new everything. I think the experience from the Eagles is going to beat us for that game. So I'm probably not going to talk a lot on these because I don't want to drone on and bore you guys. That's my thinking on it.
No, man. I mean, you're saying your perspective, man. So, this is your perspective. So, we all got different perspectives here of what we see, and it's just good to hear like from different people. It might open my eyes up a little bit from what you see.
All right,
So.
Super Bowl.
Whoa
just
there,
as
buddy.
short. Just as
whoa
short.
there, buddy. Whoa there. Intense.
I don't do anything halfway.
Either 0 or 100, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Bo, what's your takeaway from it?
So I'm gonna kind of go both sides here for a second. So, and I'm not gonna try to be drag it on, but typically the first couple weeks of the season, your defense wins more than your offense. Offense is still trying to click. It's still trying to get together. Last year, you even saw the amount of times and games that low scoring. I mean, even some of the best offenses with the best quarterbacks, whether it was the Chiefs or the Bills, and the Chiefs never got their offense together, but periodically the offense takes a while to get going. It doesn't really start scoring a lot of points till you get a couple games in. The Eagles didn't look great at all on offense last year, outside of the tush push that we know that's the only thing that they can effectively do. They struggled a lot on moving the ball. And their defense is what kept them in it. And Vic Fangio is a great DC over there. And that's what's going to keep them in the games. But I really question their offense in a lot of spots. They're aging in some spots in the line with Lane Johnson. Jalen Hurts is very inconsistent ever since that Super Bowl, for whatever the reason being. He's just not playing up to the par that they expect him to. And you're losing A.J. Brown, and you're having to bring in a rookie and try to develop that chemistry with him. But they brought in 4 or 5 receivers. It's not like it's the same receiver room. They got to get a whole new chemistry and repertoire going between that weapons group. And so it makes me give pause where if there is a time to get the Eagles as a Titans fan, it'd be early. Because would you rather get them in November when they've had time to build, or would you rather get them at the beginning when they're still learning? But on the other side, we're doing the same thing. We're developing, we're learning. It's new coaching staff, new system, some new weapons with Robinson and Carnell. I do think our defense is night and day to the fact where we're going to be able to compete early in games, because I do think our offense is going to have some struggling moments at the beginning of the season with the new system and new weapons. We're going to show flashes, but it's going to take a while to see consistency. And our defense, if we can get some turnovers in this game, knowing that Hurts has kind of been known for a fumble here and there, a pick here and there, that can be the deciding factor. But I'm still going to lean that the Eagles, they might win on a tush push first down to freeze the game out for all we know. But I think the Eagles get the edge strictly just because they've won a Super Bowl and they still have enough of the same players there to get it done. But I wouldn't be surprised if we pulled it out strictly just because there's a lot of new going on there, and there's a lot of bad juju going on there in Philly. You haven't heard too much good noise coming out of there all off season.
Can't hear him. Anybody else hear him?
I can't hear Ice. I can't hear you, Ice.
I'm sorry. I said I gotta interject here. I said if it comes down to a tush push, we are not losing that game.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
So with me, with the Eagles, I feel like this is going to be a very close game. The reason being is that, like some of the points you made, they have a young receiver they're trying to get into the system, trying to build that chemistry with. The defense is always solid with them. My concern is Saquon loves playing against the Titans. You know, he always loves playing against the Titans. You know, the last game he went crazy. I think, you know, he loves playing. Not saying that this is the same Titans team as that was, but he just loves playing against the Titans. So that could go, but to me, that could go either way because it could be a good thing, overconfidence, or, you know, he think it's the same thing, you know. So with that being said, I think it's going to be a close game. I feel like Eagles might pull it out only because of the simple fact we are trying to get this offense into gear with the new system and everything like this. I feel like our defense is always solid in the beginning of the year. We always been a defensive team that's solid in the beginning of the year, but their defense is always solid also too. Especially being with the experience that they do have, especially with the playoff experience that they do have there. You know, um, they know how to get it into gear. So for me, I feel like it's going to be a really close game, especially if Saquon is going crazy. I believe in our run defense, but I mean, great players make great plays at great times, you know? So I think it's going to be a really close game, but the Eagles are going to pull it out.
Bo, what was your prediction? I don't know if you said win or loss.
I said that I think we would lose a very close one.
Yeah, I did.
Also, to fan B's point, what really talented running back hasn't loved running against the Titans the past few years?
It is you right about that one. But I remember when he was with the Giants that last time, and I mean he was like, I mean even when we threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and he was still going at it. Not saying that we can't, because we can slow down some guys. You know, we can have them, like, you know, they can have a decent game. They might have a 60-yard game, you know, 70-yard game. But when you go over the 100, 120, you know, you having a great ass game, you know.
I remember that game you're talking about, Titan fan B. I'm kind of curious. What was Dable the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, he was. He was a head coach. Matter of fact,
Well,
I think.
You know, I'm just getting this in right now. He's not there anymore.
He's not. He's not there anymore. So I mean, but to me, it's like, you know, like I said, great players make great plays. You know.
Yeah,
And that's the only reason. That's the only reason why, you know.
I can't see anybody having a big game against us rushing the ball. Like the middle is locked down, so which means like our linebackers and DNs, they can focus on the outside runs. And so like I just can't see. And with the cornerbacks like Alontae Taylor, who come down and like really like hit hard, you know, I can't see.
You don't see it, yeah.
I don't know if we're going to allow 100 yards rushing this year. I really don't.
I believe in them too. The thing is that you know, as a Titan fan, I have to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we're
you got to see it.
We're
you know, like
Yeah.
we're not. I'm not falling for the L'Jarius Sneed juice anymore.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're damaged, bro. We've been through the ringer. Like it's time for us to see proof. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I just feel like we're like the Steelers defense of like 10 years ago. I feel like it's going to be hard to have a 100-yard rusher against us.
Yeah, I believe so too. Because to be honest with you, last year we didn't play that bad on defense. It was just the defense couldn't hold up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't there anymore. Like we couldn't I would say we tired our defense out too fast.
Well, we keep getting rid of our tacklers, man. Like we had David what was it, David something?
Hey, what's going on?
David Long?
Yeah, David Long. We had him. He got rid of him. He was a really good tackler. And like we get rid of our tacklers for some reason. I don't understand that. But Bandit, check your DMs, bro.
All right, I'm gonna check it. All right, I got everybody take on that one. Giants, real quick, game 3 on the road, first road game of the season. I'm taking that as a dub. Yeah, I got them winning 3 straight out the gate. Sound crazy, but it's going to even itself out over the next part of the schedule. But, yeah, I also think Dayball and Wandale, and there's a lot of guys that just have a lot. Like I said in our previous podcast that we've done, I think it's a lot of players for different reasons, have a lot of chips on their shoulders for different parts of our just work for different parts of the performance that we're going to put out this season. But I don't think my real reason outside, I think we're competitive. I think we're the better team, to be honest with you. I don't think that they'll be healthy. They're nursing back a lot of their key players, hoping on them to get back and be at 100% by week 3, which I'm not sure that they will be. Also, considering outside of Dayball knowing, majority of that team and actually being formidable to go against them, I don't think Harbaugh is going to be as good as people think he will be this year. Overall, outside of our game in general. That's a whole different conversation as to why, but I really just don't think so. And I'm not sure how much you can get out of having Nagy and Callahan and all these other guys, and you can call it recency bias or what have you, but that's going to be a problem for the development and the culture inside that team. And especially even if they're just working with these guys offensively. Like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but that's just my sentiment real quick. I got us a dub right here on the road against the Giants. I'm going to pass the torch to Van and let y'all finish the train off. You got it.
Yeah. So week 3, what's that? Oh, sorry. Jameis Winston's over here, wants to hand me something. Okay. And wants me. Okay. We gonna be eating that W, man. Are you kidding me? This is gonna be a road win and the first road win.
I don't like how you ate that W, man.
I don't either. I
don't like how you ate that
But
W.
you can't see him, but he was shoving my elbow. It was just, I couldn't get anything. He's whispering down here, eat the dub, eat the dub. He's so incredibly motivational, it doesn't even matter how you eat it. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I agree in the fact that I don't think Harbaugh's going to be as much of a hit. Harbaugh's a fantastic coach. You can't take it away from him. His track record speaks for itself. But the staff that he's put around himself, I don't believe in. And, I was never a fan of Matt Nagy. I'm not certain what he's going to pull in regards to the offensive scheme with this team. They definitely have weapons on their offense. I'm not a huge Scattaboo fan. But, Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, and the like, some pieces they added in the draft. I think Malachi Fields is on there, and they got a good defense. They got good defensive pieces. But I think that the Brian Dable effect of coming essentially kind of the same thing as Saleh in week 1. I think Dable's going to want to come and really have that same chip on his shoulder and probably already is, right? These guys are already preparing their offensive schemes and game plans for this season. I think he's going to have an awesome scheme. And by week 3, I think our guys are going to be able to be in that flow better. And I really believe that this is a win in New York. And I think we're going to take it 2-1 on the season at this point. That's it. I'm going to go off stream and finish this W so I don't get any more, comments. I'll be right back.
I ain't messing with him.
He ain't messing around.
No, Ice, you got it, bro.
I hate to resonate what other people are saying, but I just agree. This is a win. I just feel like the revenge factor for Saleh and Dable is out the roof, man. And we have a good team. And it's I'm looking at what the Jets did this off. I'm sorry, the Giants did this off season. They play in the same stadium. I get them confused. But I'm looking at what they did. They went offense, defense, all the way down the draft, and they added an offensive lineman. That's great and everything, but Malachi Fields, that was the other important guy. But they lost Wandale, and that was a big contributor last year. I don't know what their offense is really going to do. I'm really curious to see what Dart does in year 2. I think he's okay, but he's not Cam Ward, and he doesn't have Dable. And I think Dable was a big part of Dart's success early on. I think Dart will develop into a good quarterback, but I just don't think they're gonna hold up to what we're gonna bring, especially on the defensive side. I think it's gonna be a tough day for Jackson Dart, and Dable's gonna be patting Sala on the shoulder, at the end of the day. So I think we come out of there with a win. We're 2-1, and moving on to the Ravens in Week 4.
All right, Ghost.
I think it's also a W for the Titans. And I think it's going to come down to one of two things. I think it's going to be Cam Ward over Dart performance-wise. I also think there's a chance that somebody's injured before that game. I think they might not even have Dart or Cam Scatterby by that game as much time as they missed. So I think that's a possibility too. Yeah, it's Giants are going to lose.
I'll be pretty quick with this one. Speaking of injuries, Malik Neighbors just got another surgery done to clean up scar tissue around his knee. He was still on his crutches in end of January, February, and he still hasn't even been able to fully do the rehab. I don't think he's playing this game. I'd be surprised if he is. I think he's.
He disappeared for me.
He did.
He should be.
His name's still there, though.
No idea what happened there, boys. I guess I had to reiterate it more than once. But I just they're going to be worried about him still coming back. That offense is not going to be flowing well. Harbaugh, like we said, his track record speaks for himself. He's not known as a quarterback guru, an offensive-minded type of guy like that. I don't trust the offense strictly because they have someone we know pretty well up there with them. And I don't know how well that's going to work on offense with Dart. We essentially swapped coaches, and who had more consistency in making plays at quarterback last year. And unfortunately, it wasn't Cam as far as getting the free reins to do things. I think he was restricted a lot in the offense that he was in. With Cam last year with Callahan and McCoy and stuff, Cam had to do a lot of things himself. All the flash plays was Cam. Him making the adjustments, the audibles, the rollouts. Playing within the structure of the offense, he had some flashes, but more often than not, Dart had more opportunities. That was the Daboll offense, and I expect Cam is going to make that thing look superhuman in that game with that. Like I said earlier, the offense is going to want to play for Daboll just like they did for Saleh. That you guys don't think that for the people that don't think it's a factor, I promise you it is. The players know what's going on. They know what's up there. They want to play extra. And the Giants players, they don't play that same motivation because it's not, get that game for their coach. It's just trying to prove that their new coach is right and it doesn't have the same juice. I think the Titans win that game strictly because Neighbors is still either not back yet or he's just now getting back and he's not going to be fresh. You're coming off an ACL tear and he tore up his whole knee. It's going to take him a while to get comfortable. They're going to have limited snaps for him. And I still think that every year there's a team that's a little overhyped. I remember a couple years ago when the Browns, well, I shouldn't say a couple years ago. It's crazy to think how long this ago was. The Browns were overhyped so much. Titans came in and wore them out week 1. And the Browns were the talk of the offseason when they had Jarvis Landry and OBJ and they had all these guys and Derrick Henry and Tannehill and no, it was Mariota's last year starting. That we tore them up. Every year there's always a offseason darling where the media hypes them up. The Giants for this one right now, they're one of the teams that they talk about so much because of Harbaugh. And some of the moves they made, they, in my opinion, they're going to be up and down and pretty rocky. And I'm giving the Titans that win.
Okay.
So with the Giants, man, I don't think the Giants are as good as they think they are. To be honest with you, I don't think they're as good as they think they are. I see. Well, Bo made a good point when you have an injury like Malik Neighbors had, it's rigorous. You have to get yourself ready for the season, and if it's not like that by right now in June is just right around the corner. In May, June, you should be rehabbing, getting your motion back in your knee, doing stuff. If he still having surgeries, he's not probably going to make it back that time to that game 3 game. If he is, he's going to be coming in hobbling, or trying to get into the groove. He's not in this full season groove. So that's the number one factor. And that's supposed to be Jackson Dart's number one target, if you're looking from a whole perspective. Scatterboo's supposed to be coming back. I mean, is he healed from his injury? We don't know that. So it's like, and also too, how are you going to play with that injury? That's a big thing too, because just because you get healed doesn't mean you come back the same. So it may be something different there. But on overall, I'm looking at the whole situation as this Giants team. I feel like we've improved way more than this Giants team has in the offseason. What we have compared to them, and we know our players know how Denard Wilson defense runs because they've seen it at practice every day last year.
That's a great
I felt
point, bro. That's a great point.
they've seen it every day last year, so they know what that looks like. Also too, with the same in the same breath, I feel like it's a John Harbaugh kind of did a buddy hire kind of thing over there. It reminds me of buddy hire. Not to say that buddy hires are not good, but at the same time, you sometimes they do it because they're comfortable with that.
Well, we did a lot of buddy hires too. I'm just saying.
We did. No, I'm not saying that we didn't do buddy hires. What I'm saying is like you kind of have to. It's a thin line between you're good at it, and that's why I got you, and I got you because I know you. I'm comfortable with you. That's a difference. So like I felt like he was comfortable with Denard Wilson because he didn't get who he originally wanted. So Denard Wilson, I know he knows my system already because he wanted. Well, didn't he want? He wanted Mentor, I think, but Mentor ended up taking the head coaching job. So to me, it's more like let me get somebody that's comfortable with my system, And that's when he got. That's when Denard Wilson came in. Not saying that Denard is a bad choice, but when it comes to us, we know who he is. We know who Callahan is. We got. We experienced it. So to me, I think that's a bigger choice. And then also too, I think these other players who thrive under Dayball that we brought to our team, I think they know what they're getting out of Dayball. They know the expectation of what they wanted. Even the players that's on defense, they know. We know what they did to Dayball. We want to defend that. That's going to bring a little extra juice to the situation. So I think we take the dub here. We're going to have to take the dub here to and also too, because they hear this is like we hear the noise. They hear the noise too. The Malik Neighbors saying Cardinal Tate shouldn't have been the number 4 pick. The have fun with Nagy Titans fans. Even though he's their offensive coordinator. Certain things like that, like it brings juice to it brings a little fuel to the flame. And I think a lot of times, when you see stuff like that, how do you think Cardinal Tate feels about that? I think he got this game circled. Okay, you're going to see me, So, and none of these players, like the noise that they're saying, well, Dart's better than Cam Moore. You don't think Cam Moore sees that either? I'm not saying that it bothers him, but he's gonna come with a little juice in there. Oh, you think so? Okay. Well, let me show you. Let's see. I think this Titans team is a let's see about it. We're gonna come see you. Let's see about it team. And I think that's the energy that we need to have. And I think we take the dub. Plain and simple. We're gonna take the dub. I think we're gonna win by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I'm with it. What's okay? I'm about a lot of moving pieces going on.
Sorry, guys, had a little glitch in the old matrix there. My bad.
Hey, it's all right.
You're good. I just think it's something come down to I just trust a solid defense over Denard. He's the most seasoned DC, but I'm not gonna go into that. We all pretty much unanimous on that one. I'm gonna try to fly through the rest of these ones. Try to keep your responses maybe like the 1 or 2 sentences to see if we can knock it out real fast. Nobody doing nothing too wrong. I just want to try to knock this out and bounce through it because we on team 3 and we got 14 more to go. But yeah, right here with myself. Second road game against Baltimore. I don't know how much I believe in Jesse Minter, but me personally, I see this as an L for me. Like you said, you're talking about season groove. Don't worry about Jesse Minter. His first time as a head coach, but again, it was our first time as a head coach as well. But he does have a decent team over there. Maybe he can do what Hardball didn't. And I mean, that's the reason why you would assume that they brought him in the first place. Because a lot of these coaches that lost their jobs this year lost jobs from successful positions. But without getting into it too much, just for me, this is I'm sorry, folks. For me, this is a loss right here. I just think that Baltimore might edge us out. A lot of people saying Derrick Henry gonna go for 200. I'm not sure if it's gonna be that dramatic, but I think we'll be. I just think we're gonna be competitive in all these games. I don't think it's gonna be too many games we're really gonna loss us for sure. I mean, every team does, but this is one. So this will be my first on the season on the road against Baltimore. I'm gonna pass it on to you, Van, and keep the train rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, I think the Ravens, I think Minter is actually a good coach. I think they're going to be ready at home. I think it's a tough challenge for us. And I don't think Henry's going to post 200 on this defense at this stage in his career, but I think he has a good game. I think the Ravens win, and that's where I keep it.
All right.
I'm trying to be realistic here. I'm trying to I don't want to cookie cutter this schedule at the same time. Like, we could go through the whole thing and you could almost imagine what people would say about each game. And I'm trying to throw that off a little bit. I'm trying to be be the guy who picks the perfect bracket here. And so I think we win this game. And I think we shut down the run. I don't think that Henry's a big deal. I think they try to find other options because they know we're ready for that. So I think they game plan around Henry because they seem to be do a really good job at not letting Henry have the rock. I feel like that's the biggest weakness of the Ravens since he's got there is they don't give him the ball. And that's what we did, and we had a lot of success with it. Is we let him have the ball, and whether he had success or failed, we kept doing it. And by the end of the game, he always prevailed. And I think that that's been the biggest downfall of the Ravens since Henry's been there. They haven't really put their trust in him like we did. And so I think they will game plan around him because they think we're going to be ready for him. I think we're going to pull that out. I think that's one of our big wins of the season is against the Ravens. And, that puts us at 3-1, according to me. And moving on to the Texans at week 5.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I think we're going to beat the Ravens. I think it's going to come down to coaching and experience. And a lot of people have lost a lot of games misusing Derrick Henry, just like I said. And that includes the Titans. When we didn't use him right, guess what? We lost that game. So I think I think they're going to be trying to get a feel for that and what to do. I don't think it's an exact science with him. But I think that'll lose them the game.
My boy Ezekiel.
Yeah.
I see you, buddy.
I just can't believe me and you are right in line right now. I gotta start changing my.
It's rare, bro. It's rare.
Yeah.
You hear me?
We got you, Fandy.
Yeah,
Okay.
just in time, bro. Just in time.
So, with the Ravens, it's Derrick Henry's first game against the Titans. I think that with that being said, I think he's going to try to have a great game only because it's against us, but because it's his first time playing against us. But like I said, I don't believe in Jesse Minter. I don't believe in him because as an experienced coach like Harbaugh couldn't get this team together. I don't know if a guy like him, even though he's a breath of fresh air in there, Minchie went at that, but he might, he might not. It might not click for them. It's hard to come over a team to take overs now.
You good? Was he with us?
I think he froze out.
Oh no.
Raised up.
Maybe. Okay, well, he doesn't believe in the Ravens. We know that much. All right.
Every time Titan Fan B comes back, it's like he's in a different building or something.
He might have been about to give us the plot twist, you know, like
earlier he was in like a Sam's Club or something. It was echoing. I don't know what he
That was the funniest thing said all night.
I was in here this whole time too, and it wasn't showing me, or you guys couldn't hear me or nothing.
There's Bo.
Yeah, but I'll just say really quick on the Ravens game, as much as X's and O's matter, Jim's and Joe's matter a little bit more. And I'm giving the Ravens just a slight edge just because of the roster they have. They're a little bit more put together than we are. And I think coming off an emotional win, after already winning an emotional win week 1, it's hard to get another win after an emotional win for your coaching staff or when you're highly motivated. So I think we lose a close one to Baltimore in that one for a couple of those reasons.
Okay.
Love it.
Respect it. Cool. All right, look. Coming back home to play the first divisional game of the season, playing the Houston Texans. I got a loss. I do. I got an L here. As much as I want to sweep, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna bring it back down to earth. I'm not flying high, but my 3-0 start may be a little optimistic, but now we're evening out. I got 2 losses back to back after that. Houston coming back home. They're a great team, and we know what Houston has. They might be clicking right where they need to be, right there at that, and they understand the stakes of this division just as much as we do. They've been more competitive the last few years. CJ's first year, even in the second year, even if he bombed out in the playoffs, they still made it there. They still were able to be competitive to some degree, something we have not been to. I think when I was watching the Jeffrey Simmons interview earlier, I think we haven't been in the playoffs, 3 years? So we need to get back to that pedigree because that's a different style of football when you can play beyond the season. And they might just want to grit out a little bit earlier. Now, I do think we come back and get our revenge, but, that's a whole nother story. But, like I said, I think we take an L here. I'm not going to take too much. I'm going to pass it on the van and let everyone else do their thing as we rock it on down. Take it.
Yeah,
man.
I love the fact that we're starting off our division play at home. I think that's a really big thing. I love the fact that we're starting up against the Houston Texans rivalry, wearing the new drip. And I think this is going to be a W. I think the Titans take a win in Nissan Stadium on the first of the 2 matchups with the Texans. I think they're just going to have the right type of a game. The Texans have what has been an elite defense, but we now have, I think, an improved defense and an improved offense. And I think schematically we are going to find a way to win this game and kick off the division the right way. So I got it as a W.
All right. Ice, baby.
Oh, God. Don't get him
Good.
dancing.
We can't. You're muted, man. I can see it on your screen. You're muted. You said a whole. Yes, you're muted.
Noob.
It was on.
Oh, there he is.
There we go. I was like, it wasn't my mic. It was actually on the screen. I was muted. Like,
yeah.
Anyway. I really want to follow suit with Van here, but I think this is a loss. I think this is our rivalry. We've like the emotional wins conversation a second ago. I don't know what it was, but we've had that run of emotional wins. The Jets, the Giants, those were the coaches' revenge. But then we had the Derrick Henry revenge too, and I think that was emotional. And I think we won all of those, and I think that off of that train now, it's like we're going into the division. We kind of feel good about ourselves, going into Houston or going against Houston rather at home. We feel like we got this thing, and this is their Super Bowl. They come in, they want this game bad because they know this is the last time they're coming to our stadium to try to beat us. And as much as I want to win that game, I think they get us. I think that's where they get us. And I'm not going to spoil anything for later, but this sets up something for later. So, so I think they get us here in week 5. I think they edge it out. It's
My
gonna
boy.
be nasty, but I think they get it.
Yeah. Come on, Casper.
Oh, God. You know what? I deserve that for my nickname.
Your new nickname, bro.
Oh, don't go with Casper. Come on now. All right. So I got a win here. I think the streak continues. I think it's a little bit of an easy stretch. I think the Texans have made some questionable moves personally, especially on the O-line here in the past year or two. Again, just like Ice, I got a little bit of a storyline to my picks here at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and say Titans beat the Texans at home.
There it is.
So for me, the reason I'll make this quick. I promise, Bandit.
Good.
How did D'Amico Ryans get his head coaching job? By being the DC. Who taught D'Amico Ryans before he got that job? Robert Saleh before he eventually left. They work together. They know each other really well. And they run a lot of the same similar system, rotating D linemen. They know all that stuff. They do a lot of the same stuff. So I think the defense is going to cancel out in a sense because they're both good. But the offensive lines, I know we say we have question marks. They got hazard signs. It's a problem over there with everything they're doing. I think the offensive line and D line is going to settle the game. I give the Titans the slight edge enough to give us the win at home, strictly because I don't trust their O-line. I don't trust some of the moves they've made. They go out and get all these receivers, but they have nobody to block to give CJ time. We saw all that last year. He struggled in pressure all last year. All they did was essentially the biggest move they made online was drafting, what's his name from the Georgia Tech. You guys know who I'm talking about, the O-lineman. But anyway, they drafted him, and I think that's the only big move they made. I don't trust it. I'm giving the Titans win.
Texans draft picks 2026.
It was the right guard. I cannot remember his name.
Oh, to Georgia?
Yeah, out of Georgia Tech. Out of Georgia Tech. I'm glad I'm not the only one that couldn't remember.
Thielen Rutledge.
Thank you, Rutledge. He's the biggest name they signed, and he's a rookie. And I understand it, but it's not often a rookie alignment come in and just dominate like that. So their O-line have hazard marks, so I don't trust them right now.
They did have a terrible draft. I will have to say.
Can't hear you, Bandit.
No, Fan B. Since on you still at Sam's Club?
I don't think we can hear Fan B. It looks like he's been trying to talk.
I think I know what's going on. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, so like I was saying, I think with the Ravens, I forgot. I'll go back a little bit because I disappeared for a little bit. But the Ravens, I think we're going to win that game because I don't believe in Minter. That's the main thing about it. As for the Texans, you guys know I'm in enemy territory.
Can you bring me the Rockstar energy drink behind the Diet Pepsi?
I think that they think they've made so much improvements, but I really honestly think that they're putting the season on the line with a rookie. That's the bottom line. They're depending really on that rookie to come through for them on that O-line. That O-line is the biggest catalyst of this all for them. Because, like I said, CJ Stroud was in hell last year. That was the main thing. If they can't protect him, it doesn't matter who they have on the outside.
Just knock on the door.
It's proven. They don't have anybody out there to catch, to get the ball to. I mean, he can get the ball to Nico Collins, but if you can get it to him. When I saw them play last year, I mean, we got the fastest sack in the league on them with Jeffrey Simmons last year. If you guys didn't know that, he cut through there like it was like paper mache. Their line was paper mache. So this year, it makes sense of them to load up on Rutledge and try to get weapons for CJ Stroud because they want to make it seem like they support CJ Stroud. But at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to, can you block? Can you block for me? And is your line better than our line and the D line? And I don't think so. Especially this year, I think our D line can take their O line. And I believe that CJ Stroud is going to be in hell. And to be honest with you, I don't think if he can't get the ball out of there, then they're screwed. So it's going to be a big defensive battle between them two. It always comes down to that. As long as if our defense can keep up with their defense, this will be a big struggle game. I see it as a low scoring game, with maybe a breakout. Whoever scores in that fourth quarter wins the game. So at the end of the day, I think we might take the L this first one. I think we might take the L with them. It's gonna be hell. But I think we take the L for this one, the first one.
That was a cliffhanger, bro.
Yes,
it was. Bro.
I think we take.
I'm gonna need you just to jump off that cliff faster next time.
You made that sound like a win all day. And then
I got you, didn't I? But I think it's because it's not necessarily that I don't think we could win the game. I think it's necessarily that with the heated rivalry between these two, they come to play us every year. They know they love beating us in our home and in our stadium. In their stadium, they love beating them. We love beating them in their stadium, but they love beating them in our stadium.
Oh, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
So with that one, it's just like whoever gets that ball last is going to win this game. Whoever gets that ball last, and I feel like it's going to go down to the wire, but I think they might pull out that first one. But that's going to set up. But just a preview for the second one. I'm going to get that later. I'm going to get that later.
Moving on. Week 6. On the road again. On the road again. Ain't that a song or something? Oh, that's a song. Going to Indy, the second divisional opponent before the bye. Right here, honestly, I'm not going to. I feel like Indy's going to finish last in the division this year. I just do. I'm sorry. I do. And I think we're going to take the win right here. I just really do. I really think we're just going to take care of business against Indy. I think that, with people giving all these connections with Solid to the Jets and baseball to the Giants and this, that, and the third, I don't think a lot of people are considering the fact that assuming, because, no one else I think is formidable in the quarterback's room, but assuming that Daniel Jones can get back to the form that he was last year, who knows his weakness more than the guy that was his only coach in the league? So I think the Dayball connection still stands here because the one difference maker that made them something last year, this guy knows all of his weaknesses. So he knows how to tell Saleh how to affect him. And I honestly think there will be a lot better offensively for the Colts defense, which I think I just don't think that they'll be as good or as competitive against us as most people would expect them to be. So here I do have a win. I'm putting this at the win right here on the road against Indy. Man, you can take it away and we can keep it moving.
Indianapolis is a very strange breed this year to me because they came off of a last year where they had half a great year, half a bad year, essentially just breaking it down fast and easy. So the stream doesn't turn into after dark tonight. But what I would say is, this one can go both ways to me, man. And for me, it's more the flow of a season and a realistic look at the schedule. And I got to say, I hate this, but for some odd reason, I got this as a loss. I can't really put my finger on it, but going to Indianapolis, if Daniel Jones is healthy, Shane Steichen coming back, they do have good weapons on that team. And I kind of agree with you. They might be last in the division, but something has this as an L for me. I just got to stick with my gut, so I have it as a loss.
Okay. Ice, baby.
Well, I've been with Van a couple of times recently here. I feel like, we've been through 5 games of the season. We went through some growing pains. We've had the the Eagles' early defeat. We know the Texans just beat us, and every time a team comes off a loss, they're more likely to win the next game. I'll say that just as a precursor. But really, what I really want to say is that I think that at this point in the season, at week 6, I think that the Robert Saleh brand is really getting implemented into this defense. I really think that we're starting to come into our own. We're becoming who we want to be. And I think that the Colts, what they did to Stonehouse, I was there at that game. There was feelings in that moment, you guys. And I'm telling you, I think that we are gonna turn the page on this Colts game. This is where we come off of the loss and we go on a run. Okay? This is where we go on a run. We come into our own. And I think that we win this game handily. We go into Indianapolis and beat them by at least 2 touchdowns.
Dangerous. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Ghost, how you feeling about this one?
I got this one as our first loss in 4 games, or 3 games, I guess. So loss to the Eagles, win. Loss to the Colts. I think they're going to be healthy. I think they're going to probably have a strong first half of the year like they did last year. I don't know what the second half will look like, but I think this is the one we start feeling ourselves a little bit, and we drop one that we probably should have won.
Okay.
I'll simply say that these games are always tough when it's with them. I'm gonna say that for the beginning of the year for me, I have us right now. What is it? We won those 2. We won those. So I think this is a loss only strictly because it's hard to win multiple games in the division for 1. For 2, it seems like the Colts always get us at some point when they shouldn't, and vice versa. I'm going to give us the loss on this one. It's not going to be all sunshine and daisies for the Titans this year. It's a lot of growing within this team. So there's going to be some losses we probably shouldn't have let happen, and I think this will be one of them.
All right. Bandit.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So
Yep.
my mic is finally working. Great guy. So I think this is going to be a win. Actually, I think this is going to be a win only because missing pieces. The Colts don't have Zaire Franklin no more. They don't have Kenny Moore anymore. They're missing a couple of pieces. Last year we played them with we didn't have 4 of our starters. We were kind of they were hot coming in hot. I don't think Daniel Jones comes in as hot as he was then. I don't think they come in as strong as they were last year. I think this year they're going through some things because they don't have a lot of pieces that they normally have. So they're growing through some things too, along with us, and we can take advantage of that. So with that being said, get ready to eat that dub, Ice. Get ready to eat that dub, Ice, because I think that it's due time. I mean, I think we've lost almost our last. We lost what of our last 6 games to the Colts. I think it was maybe like 6 or 5 games to the Colts that we played them last. We're due for a win for the Colts, and I think this year, and they're not coming as strong as people think they are.
You're right. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Now we know how Ice eats hot dogs. That's weird.
Don't get me excited.
Come on, Bandit. Let's go to Cleveland, Bandit.
Let's go to Cleveland because in Cleveland, I got this as a win, man. I think, like I said, this is one of the games last year that even though we won, Cam was pissed off about his performance. I think that I don't know if the NFL is going to make anything of it, but I think him and Shador are just going to always going to have their friendly rivalry just because how they came out and how they know each other. And I think Cam wants to keep it up on him. I do think Cleveland did get a lot better as far as bringing in weapons for Shador for sure, but we did go up against that number 1 defense last year, and we competed and we won. So I do think that this is giving Cam a team that he played last year. It's familiar because he's going up against the defense, not the offense. So familiar with that, and that, and just how the friendly rivalry. I got this as a W. I'm I'm scared. Look at this guy. I feel offended. He's in my personal space, but no, that's how I feel about Cleveland. I got a dub here, man. What's your takeaway?
Man, I got 2 words for everybody in the room, and it's Todd Monken. And for me, I don't believe in him at all, and I think he's going to be the next in line of Cleveland coaching disasters. Not only that, I don't believe in Shador. You know, it's not. I don't have anything against the guy. I just don't really believe in him as a top tier starting caliber. I think he's perfectly serviceable as a mid-range Cleveland quarterback, and if he wins the job, right? Because they got Deshaun Watson coming back, and who knows by that week what's going on with that team. But man, I think at home, coming off what I have as a loss in Indianapolis, I think this is a great bounce back opportunity for the Titans, and the Browns are in a hard division. We come out with another win in week whatever the heck this is after all these hours. Ice.
Yeah, this week is 7 for us.
Well, I've got 2 words for you too, and it's Deshaun Watson, not Shador Sanders. And so we're not going to see Shador Sanders. We're going to see Deshaun Watson. And defensively, with the Browns defense, we solved the problem of Myles Garrett last season. You know, you saw what Tony Pollard did, what we did against them. Like he didn't get a sack against us. You know, like we solved that problem. Like we actually were the blueprint for the rest of the Browns schedule. And I don't know if you guys realize that, but we were. And you know, I think that Deshaun Watson is not going to be as big of a factor as people think he might be at that point in the season. I don't think he's going to be effective against us. I just think our defense is going to be too much for the Browns. I think this is I'm not saying we win by like 2 or 3 touchdowns, but I think this is an easy win for us. I think this is not a game that we were ever worried about during the game.
I think we win this one. Todd Monken, great call out. Deshaun Watson, great call out. Can we talk about the fact that Deshaun Watson is probably the right move, and that's their best move? Like they're in a bad way at the quarterback position. The guy hasn't played in who knows how long, and coming off injury, Shador. I mean, all the other quarterbacks they had, I don't know. The Browns are just doing Browns things. So I think the Titans take the win.
Yeah, we beat them last year on the road with the team that we had with no weapons. We barely did anything. Cam was mad about how we won that game. But a win was a win. We got better from coaching staff to players to the situation, the vibes, everything in between. The Browns, you can't tell me one fan was happy about Todd Monken. There was not one fan that was happy. That was just a complete Browns hire, left field. Well, let's just go get him, essentially, because they couldn't get anybody else. There's coaches that said no, and you don't see too many times where multiple coaches say, I don't want to interview with you. The vibes are all bad there. I don't trust it. I don't care if it's Deshaun Watson, Shador, anything else. It really doesn't matter. That whole team has negative energy like a couple of these others. So I give the Titans the win.
Yeah, same here. I think that the with the whole situation, and especially how they did, or what was the defensive coordinator name? Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz. You know, ex-Titan DC. You know, I don't think they did him wrong because he felt I felt like he just deep down I think they did him wrong. I felt that the whole team, because I think Myles Garrett loved Jim Schwartz, and I think at that point, when you have somebody like that and he's excited to get it, and then all of a sudden you just do the okie doke and switch it, that shows other coaches, listen, I can't trust you because you might do me the same way. So I think a lot of times with that situation, and plus this weird quarterback situation, because I was upset that they drafted a quarterback in the 7th round of this draft. Like you didn't draft 2 quarterbacks last year. like one thing we can count on, I guess, in the next couple of years is that the Browns are going to draft a quarterback no matter what round it is. Because I was like, why did they draft this guy in the 7th round? Why?
Why? Like this doesn't make sense. So with that being said, it's a lot of dysfunction going on there. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's something is going wrong with that. You just can't you can't understand. Like some of the moves, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Baldy and
It
Booger
just
can't
doesn't
put
make
their
sense.
finger on it either.
Call back.
So, the direction of the Browns is going the same way his fingers are going. They just don't know. So, I think at the end of the day, the Titans get this purely based off of dysfunction of them and how much we improve throughout the season.
Yeah. Okay. Look. There it is. Wins across the board. So look, moving on to week 8, Week 8, we travel to Cincinnati. Joe Burrow. That's the one Ice was talking about. Say he wants to see that one, man. Maybe we'll see him on TV or something. But I had us winning against Baltimore. I got us winning against Cleveland. I got us taking an L here on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals. Like I said, I don't really see a game on the schedule where I don't think we'll be that much outplayed. I do think we've improved enough, and just with the grit of the people we have to remain competitive and turning into a competitive team by culture. But like one of you all mentioned, wins are hard to come by. I just had 2 wins back to back, so I have a loss here. But it's sending us into the bye. It'll be our next week at 5-3. And I think most of us might end up at that. But, I think Joe Burrow, high-power offense, might be filling ourselves, or it's just hard to sustain wins. So I do have us taking an L here going into the bye. Give us some time to recoup, get back. But that's my take. Van, what say you?
Cincinnati, man, I think somebody earlier had mentioned, it might have been Ice, that he thought that the Ravens game was the real kind of statement game. And for me, I think this is the game. And, we don't look at Cincinnati as a powerhouse, but they're kind of a lot of flashy guys that everybody knows, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, all the stuff, T. Higgins. I think this is the game where we start to actually get into that flow, the defense, the offense, and going into the bye. I think we come out of Cincinnati on the road in a game that most people probably don't think we're going to win, with a win and that great momentum, and we make a statement in Cincinnati, in their house, and take it back to Nashville after the bye. I got it as a W. Ice, what do you got?
Well, you stole my words, bro. No, I think I'm gonna be at this game, so it's biased. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, like, I've got to be real. I don't think there's any way that Cincinnati beats us. Like, they don't have any defense. They just don't. And I feel like our defense is so good, like, it's going to neutralize whatever they can put up. So I just feel like after that Texans game, we're just going to have so much momentum. Like, I don't see Cincinnati stopping it. I really don't. Like, it went Texans, Colts, Browns, now Bengals. I just don't think that after that Texans game, like, anybody's gonna slow us down. Like, that Texans game was the turning point of our season. We lost that game and we turned it around. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always that game that changes a season, and that's the Texans game.
So I hear a win.
Yeah, a win versus the Bengals. I don't know if I made that clear. Yeah, a win versus the Bengals. Yeah.
What do you got, Ghost?
I got us taking an L on this one. I think it's strength for strength. I think if there's a weak spot on our defense, it is probably corner, the back end a little bit versus the front end. So I think T. Higgins and Jamar Chase is going to be too much with Joe Burrow. Their defense has improved. But I think I'm also going to be at this game, I think. So I'll be looking out for the bandana. Like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be at that game. So
if you're serious, I will not be wearing this. So
Dude, I'll recognize you anywhere with that vintage logo tattoo on your arm.
Cam Ward jersey more than likely.
No, I think it's an L.
It kind of takes me back again to the game of the Ravens where I said Jimmy and Joe's versus X's and O's. And when you have talents like Jamar Chase when the ball gets in his hands, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow's very, very talented. I just think it's one of those games where we're showing we're not truly like contenders type yet. I still think it's going to be close, but I see us going 4-4 into the bye week. I do think it's close, but I still think the Bengals will get that one.
Same here. I feel like the Bengals are going to take this game only because I feel like the Bengals are going to try to put a lot of mainly Jamar Chase into one-on-one situations. They're going to try to force us to put him in one-on-one situations, and if we have that one-on-one situations, it's very rare that he loses those. Now defense-wise, I see what you guys are saying. Bengals defense is not looking too hot, but at the same time too, we're as Titans fans, we're in that mode of offense. You got to prove me something. Can we stay ahead of the sticks? Can we be consistent? And I mean, at this point in the season, we should be doing that, but we still have to do that. We still have to prove that right now at this moment. So I think at this time, I think that closely, they're going to lose this game, maybe by a touchdown on the field goal.
All right.
So I think
All right. So of course, week 9 is the bye, and I'm gonna just let you know where we all stand at the bye. I have us at 3. Van has us at 5-3. Ice has us at 6-2. Ghost has us at 5-3. Fan B has us at 5-3, and Bo has us at 4-4. Through our predictions so far. So that's that. Just to let that. Bo got us at 4-4, man. 5. But we were talking about that before you came in.
6-2 is crazy.
He's out the group, man. He's out the group.
And look.
You got to revise this. This is crazy.
4-4. It puts us a win above our last 2 seasons, finishing record. So, what I'm saying.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
So look, there's something to consider there. But,
last season in Bud's house. You're out of here.
Just trying to keep us. I mean, I try to keep Van's realism glasses off the whole time. That's all I'm trying to do.
But bouncing back off of that bye, week 10, going back home to host the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like I said, we go into we could go into the bye with an L, which is it's okay. We'll bounce back. I mean, at 5-3, even still, I think most of us would be ecstatic to go into week 9 at 5-3. However you want to push it. So I don't think there's much of an argument there. But I do have us coming out the bye with a win against the Jacksonville Jaguars, because usually teams that come off a bye, especially against a divisional opponent, you got more time to prepare, study. So I think we take advantage of that. And this is when the Liam Combs and Robert Saleh beef is going to start cooking. And I think that's another thing that we have to consider in this matchup as well. But just to keep it short, I got a dub for the home team, and I stand with it. That's how I'm starting us off after the bye. Dan, take it away.
Yeah, I could say plenty about this matchup, because I can't stand these guys. But what I would say is that, if you remember, I've got us 2 wins in a row in the Ohio Wave. And I agree, coming off a bye week is a great setup for our second divisional matchup. In my world, we're 1-0. I think we go 2-0. I think we get another win, our 3rd win in a row against Jacksonville. I think it's a tight game, but at home, I think it gives us the edge, along with momentum in a bye week. So I've got to win.
Mm-hmm.
Ice,
baby.
I feel like I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but
yeah, you are.
I really do feel like these are bums we're playing. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like we're playing the Browns, the Colts, and I know you guys are like, oh, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is trash, bro. It's just they just had a little run with him last year. He's not that good.
We're talking about the Jaguars.
And hold on, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And so it's like because I predicted a win. That's why I'm defending myself. Okay, so it's like
You forgot about the 2-sentence rule.
Yeah, I'm listen. It wouldn't be much longer than that if you guys would just let me go. Okay, so we had all that. We had all that, and now we're at the Jaguars off of a bye week, and statistics show that teams coming off of a bye week usually do really well, and that's a true fact. And you guys have looked research should know that, and so we're already going to have the advantage because of that. The Jaguars are trash. Trevor Lawrence versus Robert Saleh's defense. I mean, get real. You'd almost have to lie to yourself to think the Jaguars are going to win this game. They don't have anything. Brian Thomas had a good rookie year, and now he's fallen off. Trevor Etienne's gone. He's not even there anymore. I don't know what you guys think that they might have to even make a case for this. This is an easy win. W.
Ghost.
We beat the Jags. I do not think they're full of bums. I think their draft was full of bums. I do think we come off that bye rested and ready to play at home.
Update for BYU, cutting running this race. You just saw Caleb Johnson. I'll be probably the fastest one I've done. I think the Jags are going to have a down year compared to last year. I don't think they win as many games this year. I think they're going to have a little bit of a fall off. Titans are actually, I'm going to tell you now, they're going to win both games. So you don't have to ask me about the next one. They're going to sweep them. Absolutely.
Well, I think that we're going to win this game with the Jaguars, because of course the bye week. After the bye week, we're more focused. Like I had us losing against the Bengals, so that's going to give them 2 weeks of burning desire to get a win, and that's going to sharpen your focus. So that next game, they're going to come out swinging, and it's going to be too much for the Jaguars. So I think that we're going to win that game. We're going to win that game, especially with the Liam Cohen and Salah thing. Salah want to punch him in the mouth first. So we got that dub. We got the dub. Dub
All
in the
right.
chat.
Yeah, just dubs all across. Dubs in the chat. Look. All right. Moving on to week 11. Going down to Arlington, Texas, to play the Dallas Cowboys, America's favorite team. I don't know, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Man, this is crazy. I got to redo some of my shit. I'm having a hard time, man.
Yeah, we're watching the struggle in real time.
I got win.
Sweeping the NFC East, and it sounds crazy. You call it what you want, but I had a win. But all right, I got an L here. Oh shit, I got an L here. Come off a win, we feeling good, but go on the road. Play Dallas down there, high powered offense as they usually are. I mean, there are ups and downs, but I gotta find it here somewhere, man. I'm not sure. I do have an L here in Dallas. I'm not going to say too much more about it. I hate to say that. I really do. Don't punish me. Don't unfollow me. I swear I'm a good guy. But I'm going to let you take it away, man, and keep this train moving, man.
Yeah, this just goes back to my trying to be realistic approach. I think it's a loss here for the Titans in Dallas. I mean, we're going into Jerry's world. That team is a good team. I don't love them. I don't like them. I can't stand them. I'm from Texas. But I just think realistically, we're going to lose this game. I think they're well coached. I think they got a high-powered offense. I think it's a loss in Dallas. Ice, what you got?
Well, I believe in the young coach in Dallas, unfortunately, Schottenheimer, and I do think it's a loss. I think this is our third loss of the season, and I'm not reading too much into it. I don't think that we're going to be distraught by the loss. It's the NFC. It's not the AFC. But I think it was hard fought. Maybe it was a fluke. Maybe that's the way we feel after it's over. It was one of those games. It was probably the game of the season that we wish we had back. We kind of just got comfortable and lost the game against a decent team. So I think we lose this game.
Was that Ghost? Yeah, something.
Cowboys, I think we lose. I think it's kind of the same thing as the Bengals. I think that high-powered offense is going to be a little bit too much for us that game. So I think we lose.
A little bit quicker because the Cowboys defense, I mean, they
I want you to
improved a
bring me
little.
Rockstar energy drink right now.
Right now. Get me an energy drink now.
For real?
I'm crashing.
He was muted or not muted or what?
No, it's
More meatloaf.
It's supposed to be muted. Am I muted?
No, you're not muted.
More meatloaf.
Mom, Rockstar. She keeps asking me
I need
when
caffeine.
I want this.
More meatloaf.
Sorry, Bo.
You're good. You're good.
Well, this doesn't work then because it's blinking. I should be muted.
Heard it twice, bro. We've heard you begging for it twice.
It's okay. Just don't say nothing.
Well, it's either I leave or somebody brings it to me.
But I'll just say, Cowboys defense, they did make some improvements, but their offense is high powered and their consistency with it. And we're a new team. We're still going to be up and downs a little bit. And I promise I'm not trying to keep a trend of win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. I just think, that our biggest thing is we haven't won a lot of games last couple of years. We have to learn how to win again in a lot of key spots. So I think we lose this game. We go back to 500. But I already told you we're winning next week, so we're back above. But this one, I just don't think we're going to get the Cowboys on that one.
Yeah, I think this is, even though I'm trying to go to this game, I think it's going to be an L. That offense is just it's just high powered. It's just high powered. It's like pick your poison. Pickens a lamb. Go in between. So I think also too, defense is improving. But
just muted.
The defense is improving, but we still have a lot to learn ourselves. Trying to grow against that. These guys, when you're in the Cowboys, even though we make fun of them for thinking Super Bowl every year, I think the expectation is always playoffs with you when you're in the Cowboys. So the Cowboys always come try to bring it, even if they fail at it, they always try to come and bring it. And especially with that kind of offense, we struggle. Past couple of years, we've been struggling against high-powered offenses. So, I think this is an L for us. He got it, guys. He got the rock star. Yeah, I think it's an L for us. So, yeah, that's an L for us.
Cool. All right. Well, boom. We are now. What we doing? On the road again. We're on the road back to back. We beat Jacksonville at home, go on the road twice back to back, lose to Dallas, on the road the next week to Jacksonville. And I got this as a W. I do think we sweep Jacksonville this year. That's my bias. I just think we're a better team. And I think that good coaches know how to emphasize these divisional games. And I think that they'll be better fought than people expect. But nonetheless, that's my takeaway. I think we get the dub here. We sweep Jacksonville. Van, what say you, brother?
I actually think Liam Cohen is a really good coach. I was surprised by how well that team was coached in a lot of different spots last year. So I think it's going to be a split in the Jacksonville matchup, and I have them taking a loss here in Jacksonville. I think both games are going to be tight. I think this AFC South is always tight. It's always surprising. It's always strange. I don't really see a reason for that to change this year. I just have it as a loss on the calendar. Ice, what you got?
A rock star.
Are you muted now? Muted.
I think I did mute my
Hear me.
Now
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh my goodness, man. I'm having technical difficulties.
At
over
least
here.
act like you've done this before, Ice. Jeez. Now you're muted.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
That was good.
Hey,
That was good. You had me. I was.
Ezekiel, you know what?
I tell you what, if people aren't watching us live, they are missing out. We gotta get this thing out
Ezekiel,
there.
do you know what I did last night?
I didn't even hear what you said, Ice. You're muted again.
No, he's not. Oh, he looked.
I didn't look.
That's the best.
Oh man, me and Ice are gold together, man. Like freaking.
I built a fire last night.
Don't finish that statement.
Who do you think won or lost?
Okay, no, seriously, where the hell are we at? Okay, we're at
Jacksonville, brother.
Jaguars. Okay, so what was the statement that Van made about Liam?
I think he's a good coach. I think they're well coached.
No, there's something you said. Oh, I wish I would remember it, but it was Ghost's fault. But like, let me tell you, if there's a game marked on the calendar by Robert Saleh, it's this one. This man has it out for Liam Cohen, and you guys know it. Like, if there's a game that he wants to win besides the Jets, it's probably this one. Okay? And so I think that, like, there's no way. We're just a better team than the Jets anyway. Like, there's no way the Jets are beating us in this game.
The Jaguars.
I don't know why I said Jets. I meant the Jaguars. I've got the Jaguars in mind. I'm Jets, Jaguars, Jets. You know, I've just got the Jets in mind. Like
Ice's predictions are making more and more sense now. The more he talks.
Are the Jets much different from the Jaguars anyway? Like, I mean, let's be honest.
They both start with J.
Exactly. I mean, like they both have crappy quarterbacks. You know, we're gonna beat the Jaguars. I mean, it's the Robert Saleh, Liam Cohen thing. We're gonna beat them. Like, we have a better team. Like, that's all I have to say.
There it is. What do you got, Ghost?
Loss. I want to call this a loss. I think it's gonna be a roller coaster all season. I think we hit a rough stretch right here, guys, and I think we take a loss to the Jaguars.
Not me. Sweep the Jags on to the next.
There you go.
Yeah, we already got you. Know what you said last time.
Yeah, I got to stick in the L here because I don't think that Liam Cohen's going to go out like that. When you watch them rally against him, like I saw something where they believe in Liam Cohen. That team plays extra hard for him. Like, I don't know what it is. You know, they put more emphasis into that. Last year, last year, given the schedule that the Jaguars had, they played like 5 of their toughest games in the beginning of the season, but they won 3 of them. And so the last thing it was like that. Like I said before, their schedules were kind of reversed with how the Colts and the Jaguars. The Colts and the Jaguars, how their schedules were. It kind of reversed. Where the Colts had the easiest games in the beginning, and they had the hardest games at the end. And the Jaguars had more of their hardest games in the beginning of the season and their easiest game at the end, which led to the Texans chasing them because the Texans got to a slow start. So that's how the Jags won the division last year. But this year it's different, you know, with different schedule, different kind of team. But I think that the message for Liam Cohen is still the same. We play like this. This is how we roll in the season. And I think he's not going to let them. They're going to remember we beat them that first game because I got them beating them that first game. We punched them in the mouth. They're not going to let us punch them in the mouth again. I don't think they're going to let us punch them in the mouth again. So I think we'll take an L right there.
All right, cool. Bet. All right, so boom. Now we move on to what we have on the road. Nope, at home against Washington. Washington Commanders. I got a dub here, man. I got us coming off the bye. What is that? 3-1, win, loss, win. Yeah, I got a win here. I don't know what's going on in Washington, man. They still have a lot of holes. I don't know the health of their quarterback. I mean, they let him rest early. Maybe he bounces back. I don't know where they'll be at week 13, but I don't know where we'll be at. But I just believe in our coaching staff more. I don't know how good their defense will be up against our Brian Daboll offense, or how good their offense will be up against the Robert Collins defense. So just for the sake of sentiment right here, I'm just going to give us the dub at home against Washington, especially some of you all have us getting losses back-to-back. And like I said, after a loss, you tend to maybe get a win and even it out. But it's a dub for me, Van. What say you? What you take away from this?
I think this is going to be a really intriguing game at this point in the season, and I think it's going to be a tough game. I mean, Jaden Daniels, if he's healthy, is an electric quarterback. Obviously, we have an electric quarterback. I think that team is well coached by Dan Quinn. They had a down year last year. I'm not sure where they're going to go this year. This is a tough call for me for many different reasons because of what we have in front of us on the schedule. I'm going to stick with my gut and say that we're going to pull this one off and take a win against the Commanders. So I'll turn it over to Ice. And Ice, this is the Commanders, not the Jets.
Wow. No, I agree with Van. I think we're going to win this game. You never know how the health is going to be of Jaden Daniels. He seems like an injury bug at this point, but I think this is more about us than them. I think that we've lost against the Cowboys. We won a game. Now we're going to stack another win together with another win. So this will be 2 in a row, and I think we beat the Redskins.
Now
I love that. We know better, Ghost. What do you got, Ghost?
Oh yeah, it's my turn. I was too busy trying to execute my joke, Fan. Come on. I think we take another loss. Like I said, I think we had a rough stretch right here. I think the Redskins are. The Commanders. I think the Commanders. I mean, it's really the better name. Let's be honest. It's the better team name.
It is the better name.
It's far better.
But I think we take an L. I think they're going to be better and improved. You hope that Jaden Daniels can be more consistent and be in the games, not get hurt. I think they're back, and I think they beat us.
For me, it actually comes down to one thing that I think some people forget. Jaden Daniels lost Cliff Kingsbury, and they hired David Blau, who a lot of people don't understand why they hired him to go be the OC when he didn't really even get into coaching till very recently. And I think there's going to be a lot of growing pains and struggles. It kind of reminds me of the Bobby Slowick a couple years ago out of Houston as far as the hire. I think we win this game, and in my predictions, this is the first time we win back-to-back games, so we're 7-5 now. But I think that we get the win strictly because I think Cliff Kingsbury had a much better system for Jaden Daniels in that offense, and I don't trust David Blau and what his play calling will be because, of course, we haven't seen it. But I believe in Cliff Kingsbury more than I will David Blau, so I'm giving the Titans the win strictly because I don't think Washington will execute a proper game plan against us.
Bo took my words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was thinking about. That's when you have a different type of offensive coordinator, it changes. It changes a lot. We seen that last year with the Texans. That offensive coordinator, when you have and especially when people don't believe in a lot like that. So I think we take the dub here. It falls right in line with us catching fire before the playoffs for me. So I think we get the dub here. A lot of people don't think we can beat them because of, Jaden Daniels and that factor. But like I said, this is a new Titans team, new corners. We don't have Jalen Armour Davis anymore. You can't pick on him anymore. So yeah, we got the dub here.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, that's that. Take care of Washington. And then we go on the road to Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff, Jamar Gibbs, Jameer Gibbs. Sorry, all of those guys. Just to keep it short and sweet, I think we take a loss here. on the road in Detroit. 2 back-to-back wins from my predictions would, not trying to base it off statistics, but just saying, like I said, it's not easy to be that much of a streak for, especially as a growing early team. But I think if we're able to pull off 2 back-to-back wins, then we might go up to Detroit and play a great game. I think it'll be a great game. Could be very high scoring. They're a high scoring offense. Maybe we stay competitive with them, but nonetheless, I think we fall short and take the L here on the road in Detroit. Van, what say you? What do you think?
Well, the Dan Campbell Lions sure do look different without Ben Johnson, don't they? But I do think that they're still a very good team. They've got a lot of weapons like Sam Laporta, Jameson Williams, Jameer Gibbs. They have a good defense, and they're a well-coached team. And again, they kind of remind me of like the Eagles in a way, right? They might have had a down year, but they have an established organization with a culture, and they have a thing that's going on. And it's going to be tough to go into that city. That city's been lit up. It's going to be a big environment late in the season for that division with the Lions. And I just think that's a spot where the Titans don't overcome it at that point. And I also have it down as a loss. Ice, what you got?
I have it as a loss as well. I think the Lions are one of the teams that we need to consider for a Super Bowl contender this year. I think they bounced back from they kind of took a step back from where they were, and I think this year they take a step forward, and so I think they're in position to reclaim what they had a couple of years ago, and I just think this is one of those games that where it's a growing pains kind of game, and we take our loss and we keep on ticking. It's the NFC, not the AFC, and that's what we take from
it. Gross.
All right, guys. I think we're going to take an L here. I know that's 4 in a row. I think that's going to piss them off. I think it's going to make us better in the future. I don't think it's going to define us, but I think that's number 4. I think we take an L to the Lions.
Jesus. Whoa.
So I finally have the team winning 2 straight, and then they're going to lose again. Replacing Ben Johnson is hard, and adding him is great if you see the difference between the Lions and Bears last year. And he's a hell of a coach. I think one of the best coaches out there schematically in what he does. The Lions have to learn how to play without his type of play calling, and it takes time to do so. I do think they rebound a little bit. I think Dan Campbell's a smart enough coach to know where they have to make adjustments in what they do. They have a lot of players. Gibbs, they brought Isaiah Pacheco in to replace Montgomery, and when he's healthy, I still think he could do some things. Obviously, they have receivers all over. Okay, I'm back. From St. Brown and others. I think the line, and you also add in if the defense is healthy. They've had 2 years in a row where that defense, you need just to have all of them have caution signs. They've been hurt every time they go out there. Half the secondary, the defense. I hope they don't have an injury bug for the 3rd year. I actually enjoy watching them, just not when it's against the Titans. But I think they get the win this time.
That leads to my point with you both. You laid it right on the head. The injury bug for me is for them, and that is why I got the Titans taking the dub, baby. I got them beating the Lions, and the reason why I have them beating the Lions is because the Lions have slowly progressed, haven't been as strong every year. They've slowly progressing down, not as fast, but there's a slow decline. They haven't really gotten that defense is not as tough as it used to be. Montgomery is left, and you got Pacheco, but Pacheco is not a I would say Montgomery is a more bouncier running back than Pacheco is. Pacheco is Pacheco is going to put his foot through the field if you let him do it. He's going to put his foot through the field. But Montgomery is more of a downhill runner. Like he's just going to run through you and try to get and bounce off you and keep going. So it's different styles for me. But I think that I think it's time for the Titans to get revenge on the Lions because last time we got smoked like bad. Yeah. We got smoked bad, and so I think this time it's like, okay, listen, we got a chance to take advantage of that situation. If you got a defensive guru, we got a defensive guru too, So at this time, I think the Titans. It's going to be a closer game, but I think the Titans take the dub on this one.
Interesting. That'll be a static. We're jumping into week 15. Indianapolis Colts. We are at home. Come back home. Face the Colts. After this loss, I think we pick up a win. Like I said, I had them week 6. Yeah, we sweep the Colts too. Yeah, I got us sweeping the Jags and the Colts. I said what I said, and I'll say it again. I don't care. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Anyway. But yeah, that's why I stand on that. On the road, come back home, pick up the pieces. We prepare for this divisional opponent because this is one of the more important games on the schedule, especially when it comes to this time of the year. And I think we do pick up the W against Indy at home. Van, what say you?
For me, if you guys remember a throwback to the first game, I thought that Indianapolis would win. I think we split the divisional series with the Colts this year. So I think at home, we're going to take this matchup against the Colts and take a win. That kind of plays into the bigger part of how this schedule is going to play out for me, which may be surprising to some, but I do think that we're going to win against Indianapolis at home. So, Ice, what you got?
You better not be faking.
You good? No, it's his mic. It's your mic. You off. There you go.
It was your thing. It was.
No.
It was no, it's not you. It was not the mic. It was the program. But anyway, I had to unmute myself on the program. But anyway, I think we're also going to beat the Colts. I think that we sweep the Colts this year. I don't think the Colts are what they started to be last year. They're banking too much on this Daniel Jones thing, and he's not it. And I think they'll find out this year that he's not it. This will be the last year of Daniel Jones in Indianapolis, and this week. I don't want to go too far into it, but it's this week.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I think the Colts have a strong early part of the year. I think they start to go downhill later in the year. Just to recap, I got the Titans at 6-7 right now, 2-2 in the division. So frustrated, but alive. And I think we take the dub against the Colts, make it 3-2 in the division. And I think the division is going to be close this year. So.
Okay.
Yeah, with the Colts, I had them lose earlier in the year. I just feel like that game should have been one that we should have got, and I think we already know it's hard to beat the same team twice. I said they could beat the Jaguars twice because I don't believe in them. I don't like them, and I can go on about that. But regardless, Colts, I think we get back, so to say. I think we get that win. I don't think we get swept by them in any means. We get a close one.
B, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, so I got us sweeping the Colts. Got them sweeping the Colts, baby. Break the brooms out, sweep around it, put some Lysol out, sweep it all up. It's done for. I think because this is an off year for the Colts. I don't think people understand. I don't see them beating us. They're not a better team than us. They are not a better team than us. We shouldn't lose this game. They put it like that. The Colts are not a better team than the Titans this year. I didn't see them. I didn't really like the improvements that they made. They didn't really make any big splashes like that, what I would say, The only thing they got was an offensive lineman that I liked, but other than that, I really don't see them beating us. So it's a sweep for me. It's a sweep for me, dog.
Every year people talk about like trap games and games that you should look out for and things like that. And after this beautiful victory of sweeping the Colts in the division, going on the road after the holidays, December 27th, play the Las Vegas Raiders in Vegas. It's going to be a little chilly. Vegas is a nice place, but it's cold in the wintertime. I don't know where the Raiders may stand this year. That they may be another version of us. I mean, I really can see that, or to some degree. It's gonna be a trap game. I would say this should be an easy one. but people might say the same thing about us. But long story short, after this win, I got us on the road taking an L to Vegas out in the desert. I don't know. It gets real tricky right here. I think it's one of the games we're going to slip up. I mean, we mentioned division games, but I'm not sure if any of these trap games or any games have been considered trap games. But I think this one, from our perspective, can definitely be one. I mean, if we breeze past the Jets and the Giants, then we should lose to another team on that level at some point. We're all trying to improve, and I think we might do just that here. In the desert, I got us taking the L in Vegas. Van, what's happening in Vegas? I know they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I need you to tell me what's going on here, brother.
Well, I hope what happens in Vegas does stay in Vegas in this case, because if anybody's scoring at home, I currently have the Titans at 8-6, and I think this is a position where I truly think that Kubiak's going to do some nice stuff in Vegas. They've got weapons. He is a great coach, in my opinion. Look what he did with the Seahawks. I think it's going to be Mendoza out there, right? But if it's not Mendoza, it's Cousins. I mean, Cousins, if he starts the year, I would expect Mendoza would be there. I just think it's going to be a spot for a young Titans team. I have this at a loss to take us to 8-7. I do think, as I've said many times, we're a competitive team. I don't think we're going to take it on the chin in many weeks, if any. But for me, I think that the way the season may play out in a realistic manner, I think 8-7 right now after a loss in Las Vegas is likely to me. So that's where I've got it. Ice, what do you got?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Perfect.
I think we win because we lost last year. I think that's a chip on the shoulder.
True.
Guys want to win because they lost against the Raiders last year, and they feel like that was a really winnable game last year. And it's arguably even more of a winnable game this year because our team is that much better, and they haven't really improved that much. If Mendoza is starting by this point, I don't have a lot of confidence in him as a quarterback in this league anyway. I'm one of the guys who thinks that Fernando is not going to be a great quarterback. He might be okay, but I think it's more about us. You know, in all these games where we evaluate, I think it's more about us. And, you know, especially since we lost to them last year, I just think this is a win. This is a win.
I think our coaching experience is going to be a win on our side, and I think we're ahead in the rebuild. I think we beat the Raiders because I think they're going to have some growing pains.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving the Titans the win. The Raiders spent a lot of money, but their biggest contract went to, as we all know, an O-lineman that we all wanted for a while up until we saw what he signed for. They signed a lot of guys. I do still think we're a little ahead of the rebuild. I like our staff a little bit better, and I think that'll be the difference in this one. I think that the biggest difference will just strictly be that if it's Mendoza, which I expect it to be, Saleh is going to give him some defensive coverages that he's not used to, and make some mistakes. He might hold on the ball, fumble it, or throw a pick, but the defense will be the ones that give us the edge on that.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm kind of conflicted right now, guys, because it's like I feel like it's a trap game. Can we win it? Yes, we can win it, but I feel like after the holidays, Titans get comfortable. They didn't won the last 3 games, like I said, and then they let the Raiders slip up because we're a young team, and I think that's where we take the L from me. That's the only reason.
Interesting. All right, here we are. The final countdown.
But it leads up to my last 2, so be prepared.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
We got you. We coming in hot. I think I'm riding the same car you in, V, man. I think we is. Because January 3rd, the final home game at Nissan Stadium against the Pittsburgh Steelers. If this was any other year, any other time, maybe we went on the road, I might have this as an L, but just because we might be fighting for it, we might need the extra win, especially inside the conference. And I'm not sure. I mean, like I mentioned, this is one of the teams that will be having a new head coach. McCarthy does do good with offenses for sure, but I mean, they still lose. I mean, 11-6. He still took 6 losses, but I think we take a win here. I think we take a win. I think we're just gonna have the bigger momentum going into this stadium. Like I said, this will be the last home game played. Last game, I mean, generally played in Nissan Stadium before the open of the new stadium. And I think with all that, the emotion, the crowd, the fans, the support, like I said, I think we might be actually playing for something. I mean, given all our records, we are playing for something. And interconference position matters. And I think we end up with the win here. That's just my sentiments on it. Not going to go too deep. Van, how do you feel? Take it away. What do you think is going to happen here in our last game?
Yeah, so going into this game, I have them at 8-7, and I think obviously the send off of the OG Nissan Stadium is going to be a huge emotional thing. I think for everybody involved in the entire organization, I think the players are going to feel that. I think at 8-7, it's also going to be a pivotal point in the end of the year, and I also think a pivotal point in the division for potential playoff seeds or in the hunt type of conversation at that point. So for me, I have this as a win for the Titans. You know, I think the Steelers are going to go through a bit of growing pains themselves in the post Mike Tomlin era. I think Mike is a good coach. Obviously, he's, I think, proven to be a good coach. But I do think they're going to go through growing pains. I don't care if it's Aaron Rodgers, Will Howard, or Mason Rudolph. I don't think any of those guys stand a chance against our defense late in the seasons. And yeah, so I've got it as a W, taking us to 9-7 on the year.
This is tough for me. This is tough for me. But I think we do pull out the win. I think this is a 50-50 game. But I think we do pull out the win. It being the last home game at Nissan Stadium is what gives me the edge. I think there's a little bit of emotion in that. And I think that Bud's spirit will be in the air that day. And I think that we will pull out the win. So that puts us, by my account, at how many games? 4 losses.
Yeah.
You wearing flip flops?
Yeah, 4 losses. Yeah.
Ghost, what say you?
I got this one as a loss. I think it's hard to beat McCarthy. I think assuming they have Aaron Rodgers and he's healthy and everything, I think they'll be playing for something as well. So I think we take the L in the last game in the old Nissan Stadium. That drops us to 8-8.
And then his teammate Jalen Reese-Lyle at literally May 3rd.
Yeah, this one's tough for me, and I've kind of been debating this looking at the schedule ahead of time while we've been going through all these games. But the biggest thing that comes to me, because at this point in how I have us, we're absolutely in the playoff hunt. And it is the hardest time to learn how to win in these moments when you're a young team like this. And Nissan Stadium, last home game, you want to go out with a bang. It's hard to get Cinderella endings in buildings sometimes. And I feel like TJ Watt and company, as much as their offense is probably going to be just like it was last year, pretty average. I still think that the defense, in early January, I just still think the Steelers are unfortunately going to get us strictly because of our own youth and mistakes that we'll have in this game.
Well, to be honest with you, I got us taking the dub in this game. I have us taking the dub in this game. Last game in Nissan Stadium. You go ahead, Ice, eat it up.
Don't do it, Ice.
It's the last game in Nissan Stadium. I don't think the Steelers are going to be as so cohesive as they are in the past years, simply because Mike Tomlin isn't there anymore. It's a newer coach. It's a new vibe, and I think that us being riding the emotions of this is the last game in Nissan Stadium. I think Cam Ward may have a breakout game this game. Don't be surprised he throws for over 200, 300, gearing up for the playoffs, trying to get into the playoffs. So I think that's going to be that's going to be One for the ages right there. I think we're going to take that dub.
You said 400 yards. Oh God.
No, 300.
No, I'm talking about
500 yards.
All right, he's
500.
He said 5. Jesus.
Please excuse our friend. He doesn't come out.
Listen, if he throws for 500 in one game, MVP.
If he throws for 500 yards, Titan B, you have to shave your head.
I'll shave my head too, actually, if that happens.
Oh no, I'm kidding. No, I love it. I love it though. I love it.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be one to watch. Definitely gonna be an emotional one. Hopefully, I can make it there. I'm gonna try to get to that one. Gotta see the send off. Win or lose, just feels like a place you want to be. But last game of the season, man. To be determined. We don't know, but basing off earlier, well, it'd probably be at Houston. It got to be at Houston because we played them in our house earlier, so it got to be on the road. Yeah. Usually they split those games, so I'm just gonna assume it's on the road. Maybe the TBT is the date, but got to be a road game. I did have our first loss of the season. Second loss. Looking at what I did, at Houston, and I think we found a redemption here. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to even everything out. I might have some bias in this, but I do think Houston. Like I said, I had a sweep in the Jags. I had a sweep in Indy. I do think Houston we can split with. I think they are one of the better teams in the division, and I think we'll be a lot better than the other two. But I think Houston will still remain competitive. And in that fashion, I just think we'll split. I'm gonna just say this and pass it on, but my ideal scenario would hopefully you want to have a win it in, but we'll help you just want to take it right out. But I would hope this will come down maybe to a win it in. And wouldn't nothing be sweeter than ending the season, going into the playoffs, and Houston's house, sending them home packing, getting ready for next season. Maybe I'm dreaming big. Maybe there's a lot of optimism in that, but definitely have us taking the win to end the season. And my final record is actually better than what I had. I had 10-7, but given what I did here, we're at 11-6. I'm a little bit shyer than Ice, but I'm not going to take it away. That's all I got to say about that. Van, in your season for us, let's keep this train rolling.
Yeah, so keeping track right now, I'm at 9-7, and I think it sets up pretty typically, right? How many times have we seen in the AFC South over the years and years and years post Peyton Manning that, it's come down to the end of the season where a big game mattered in the last couple of weeks, and I don't think that strays this year with a resurgent Titans team. I might have a little bit of Titan blue glasses here going into an away game in Houston at 9-7, but I think we're going to win this. And I think my reasoning comes from the fact that I do believe in the culture that we're building from the coaching staff, Robert Saleh, and all of the things. And I believe that if we stay healthy, this team has a lot of potential and is that team in the top 5 of the draft that can turn it around, that has, there's been a team every year for 7 years in the top 5 of the draft that's gone in the next season to make the playoffs. And I think that's going to be us this year. So I think this is the type of game that this young team comes in. And like Bo said, it's hard for a young team to win in big games. But I think this is the put up or shut up game. And I really feel like the rivalry and everything involved with going into this year. I think the Titans sweep the Texans this year, which is a big thing on my schedule. And I think that they beat Houston to go to 10-7 and end the year on a big note, at least in the regular season. So that's what I've got.
Ice, baby.
He said something really impactful there, is that he thinks we're going to sweep the Texans, which means that he thought we were going to beat the Texans the first time. I said we were going to lose to the Texans the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys haven't kept track, at this point, up to the last game of the season, I've got us at 12-4. I said we were going to lose 5 games. I hate to say this, but we're gonna get swept by the Texans this year, and I'm being honest about this, and you know I am because I would never say this otherwise. But like this is what creates the rivalry for next year. It just continues the rivalry. You know, this is where Robert Saleh and Brian Dable become part of the rivalry. You know, we've had a great year, and the last game of the season, we've got the number 1 seed. We're resting some of our starters, and the Texans beat us the second time. You know, this is not really going to matter until next season, but once next season gets here, and then the Texans are boasting about how they beat Robert Saleh's team both times in 2026, like that's when it's really going to hit. But right now, this last game of the season doesn't really matter to us because we're already 12-4, and we're just trying to hold on to the number 1 seed. And I think that this last game doesn't matter, but it does for the Texans because they're trying to get that last playoff spot. And so I think they pull off the win because of that. And it stings. It really stings. It does. I'm not gonna lie, but I think that this is what creates a rivalry. This is what rivalries are made of, and so I think that we get swept by the Texans.
All right. Go.
All right, guys. We're 8-8, 3-2 in the division. Going down to Houston.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dude, it's happening. It's for the division. It's flex to prime time. We're going to take out the Texans and make it into the playoffs with a division championship.
You heard what he said?
So 9-8 is the division champion.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's a weak division. I think it's winnable, and I think that's where it's going to be.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll take division champions. I'm not going to argue with that.
Interesting. Okay. I think Van jumping back in here, but Bo, it's on you, man. You can what's up, man? In the season for us, man. What's happening, brother?
Reiterate what I talked about earlier about young team learning how to do all this. And we have some young guys in some very key spots who are trying to carry load from Carnell Tate, Cam. I think we're going to lose this one, and I think we'll finish at 9-8. I feel like if you guys were to look at last year and I told you next year you're going to be 9-8 into the play and fighting for the playoffs to the very end, compared to what we've had the last couple of years, I think most Titans fans would sign up for us tripling our win total from what we've had. So not every team's going to be the Patriots and go worst to first type thing. Not every team's going to be able to do that type of a turnaround. I want us to be, and I will tell you the first one, I hope I am proven wrong 100% on a lot of this stuff. I want to be proven wrong, but I'm trying to be as realistic as possible with what I expected to be with looking at the schedule. So I think we'll finish 9-8, and maybe that gets us the last spot on the wild card still. Maybe winning one of those last 2 games that I had us losing could have got us the division. Maybe we're still in it based on tiebreakers and whatnot. But I'll say 9-8 to finish the year.
Titan fan B, man. What you got?
Okay. So, Bandit, remind me where I'm at right now.
I just counted you, brother. I literally just did. You are at you have us. You're 11-5. That's what we at.
11-5.
11-5.
So, like I said, I'm gonna be at this game. I'm gonna be there loud and proud with this Titan blue on, and I'm gonna tell you right now. We kicking their ass that game. I had us losing that first game because that's how serious it's gonna be. If we're gonna be there, and not only we're gonna win, it's gonna be for the division. and that's going to be rough. Whoever wins this game is going to be for the division. And when we win, what better way to end the season? Winning on their field, in their house,
Yeah.
in
our
front of them,
colors.
in our colors, and kick their ass.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
You make it
We're gonna take
sound
the
really appealing. You do. You make it sound really
I'm
appealing.
telling you, because when I tell you at the end of the year, injuries happen, stuff happens, and it's always a toss up with these guys. And if you giving us that last game of the season, we could send you home. We are known to send people home that last game, especially division rivals. Go ask the
Listen,
Jacksonville Jaguars.
If I'm not right, I hope that it's what you said. I hope that you are right.
Because like you made a good point earlier, Ice, it's to kick off the rivalry again. The rivalry is already there. But imagine if they whooped us in the beginning and then it comes down to the wire for us for the division and we win, that's gonna trump. Even if they beat us early in the beginning, that's gonna trump over everything they just said. And then it's gonna kick it off. And then the Texans fans can't let it go. They can't let it go. That's our colors. This. That. But if we win this match, I guarantee you, it's gonna shut them up for a little bit. It's gonna shut them up for a little bit.
Cowboys, the little
I
tiny
mean,
baby Cowboys.
if it does come down to that game, and we win it, that would be really special. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. That would be extremely, extremely special, to be honest.
I'm saying.
Go ahead.
I'm saying. I mean, it sets up the perfect ending. These guys are going to win it. They're going to win it, and we're not going to allow. If we gotta make them play because they're so used to rest before the playoffs. Now you have to play to win. Now you have to play to get the division. You have something to play for that last week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the division championship or you don't? Or you're just gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, we want the playoffs." We're just gonna settle in, and you might not make the playoffs because of that. So you might have to win.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's gonna set it up to. So we're gonna set it up for a big match at the end. And get this: if it does come down to that, it's gonna be flex to prime time.
100%.
Yeah, we'll have a primetime game.
But I'm saying if this game comes down to that, and if it comes down to the wire of looking, this is for the division, this is for the championship, this is for division champions. It's going to be flexing to prime time.
This is for all the marbles, folks.
Exactly. They have because they have a storyline. Now they have something to. You ever seen? You remember those old NBA intros they used to do? Be like, Michael Jordan's coming down to the top of the wire. Then it's I see that. That's what's gonna happen. So we're gonna that's what it's gonna be. I guarantee.
It's gonna be interesting.
And we got the dub.
And we're gonna take that home. So look, that's all of our predictions. Everyone out here, we went through it all. And I'll tell you what the results are. Your boy, the Bandit. I am sitting at 11-6. I said 10-7. I surprised myself. That's crazy. my boy Van held me down, and he came in at 10-7. Ice is at 12-5. Ghost is at 9-8. Fan B is at 12-5, and Bo is at 9-8. Me and Ice are going to work on some graphics. I'm going to send this results over here to him now. We're going to post that everyone to see, and we're going to walk them down week by week when it comes. Hey man, we said what we said. No takesy backsies.
No takes. Well, you know what? This is schedule release day predictions. And that's what it'll go down as. So once we get to like pre-week 1 predictions, like that'll be different. But it'll I tell you what, it'll be really special if what you said today ends up being true.
Ice, you're turning into that one guy at the party.
Are you
That
already
guy.
are you already walking it back that quickly?
No, I'm probably going to be the same.
You know
I'm
what's
probably
funny?
going to be the same before week 1. But I'm just saying, like, before week 1, if some of you guys have different predictions, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, that'll be your official prediction, but
Nope.
it'll be more special. It'll be more special if you guys hold to what you said today.
Oh, it's going to be held. It's
Yeah,
done.
yeah. What's said today is gonna be like the lottery
That's
picks.
it.
You know,
Ice, do
yeah.
I look like a guy that lacks conviction? Come on now.
Are you saying you're gonna change? Like,
I
because
would never.
I'm not lying. I will say honestly, like, there are things that could happen between now and week 1
Absolutely.
that would make me want to change one of my picks or maybe more. You know, because, you know, even if one team changes, that might make another game change as well. Because if you're coming off of a loss, you're more likely to win. And so if you're coming off of a win, you know, that edge that you had, the coming off of a loss, is not there anymore. So I might flip that around. It really changes everything.
Yeah, well, the
So
biggest thing that can change with every team is obviously injuries. And if there's
yeah.
injuries, God forbid, to any team and any player, because I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Mhm.
These guys are out there to provide a living for themselves and their families.
Yeah.
But if there's injuries to any team and any player that's a high impact player, it's gonna have a big impact. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it
Yeah.
does, yeah, clearly your point is valid. And pre-week 1, things could change. They could change.
Yes.
It could very much change. I will say this though, man. It's hard for him to walk. Even if he walked this point back, it's not because him and Fan B that they have the same. They're both at 12-5.
Yeah.
So
I noticed that.
switching around a game or two could be feasible, but the ending result is the same between those two guys. So, it's tomatoes. I got one more question before we get out of here. I'm just going to ask you all, and then I'll talk
But
to you
also
all.
too, real quick, it
Yeah,
also
go
could change because of June 1st too. Whatever happens after June 1st, it could
Hey,
switch up a lot of
y'all said what
teams.
y'all said. No takesy backsies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not switching up, but
yeah, it should be noted that, like, you know, this is our schedule prediction. Like we get that, you know, it was made now, but like I do think that I am trying to predict what's going to happen before the season starts. So, you know, it could change, but I think I got it right.
Yeah, we may do one. That little gap after the last preseason game, because I think it's like a 10-day, 2-week gap until the actual game kicks off. But no, okay. So the only question I want to ask you all, and I'll tell you, looking at the schedule, what do you think our toughest stretch is? When I was first looking at it, I was going to say from that coming off the bye, from that Jags game to that Lions game. But then as I was looking at it, I'm like, it is 2 divisionals, the same opponent, but all the other 3 games are outside of our conference. So record-wise, yes, but positionally, I don't know how much that affects us. But then when I look at the last 4, we have 2 divisional opponents between the Colts and the Texans, and then we have the Raiders and the Steelers, which are all inside the conference and in our division. So for me, I think it might be how we finish the season, not necessarily how we start. Them last 4 games may be very, very critical, especially given some of you all records 9-8, 9-8. So, because we can't lose these last 2 divisional games. I think we may still have a spot in the playoffs, given where some of us have these teams at this point in the year. But just quickly, just giving a quick look at the schedule since we went over it, where do you think our toughest stretch is at? We'll go with you, Ice, and then we'll work it on down.
I think that our first game is mutually agreed upon, that we're going to beat the Jets. And if we don't beat the Jets, this is going to be a really rough start to the season. But I think that everybody agrees that we're probably going to beat the Jets. And I think that our toughest stretch is 2 through 5, which is a 4-game stretch: Eagles, Giants, Ravens, and Texans. I think that's going to be a really rough stretch for us. The growing pains of the Sala era is what I would say this is. And I think that we Eagles and Ravens are tough right there. The Giants are supposed to be the easy one, and then the Texans are never easy. So we got 3 out of 4 games there are already going to be like stressful. Maybe all 4 of them. So I think that's our toughest stretch of the season.
Okay.
I honestly think that it's going to be that Eagles through the Bengals right there. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those 7 games right there, can really make or break our season right there. It's going to be defined who our team is. Through the growing pains, through learning the system, because it is a new system for us. We have a lot of ups and downs in between those games, but I still stick with my record. But I think those games are gonna define us and build us up for the rest of the season. Lean on what we can do. Give us a little bit of confidence. Either give us a little confidence, or is it gonna keep us neutralized, or it's gonna be low vibes. It's going to be either of those, and that stretch right there is going to help because you do have some tough opponents. You have a mixture of everything. You have a mixture of tough offenses and tough defenses. In that stretch. So it's really going to test. It's going to be a topsy turvy kind of game. Those games are going to be topsy turvy where you have go face against strong offense, then you face a strong defense, then you face a strong offense, then you may face both. In some games. So. I think that's what it's going to be. You might get a break in there between with the Colts, but other than that, it's a tough stretch. So I think that's going to really define our season, and it's going to flow into the rest of the season. Define who we are as a team.
Okay, all right. Ghost, bouncing back to you, brother. What do you think I took?
I'm kind of with you, Bandit. I think that 5-game stretch there after the bye is probably going to be the toughest as far as wins. However, I don't think it's going to be the toughest as far as pressure, like on the team, just because of the NFC teams. I think that last 4 games is going to be tough because I think they're all going to mean a little bit more at that time of year, and I think it's going to be a tight run to the finish.
So the 5 after the bye or the last 4? You can't pick both.
I didn't pick both. If you listen to me, I said the last 4.
I think you picked both. Bro.
I didn't. I literally said I think the last 4 is going to be the hardest.
You floated between the 2, Ezekiel. Damn
oh
it.
my gosh! Go drink another Rockstar. Get out of here.
No, Rockstar's not alcoholic. So be clear. Which ones?
The last 4.
The last 4.
The last 4. Okay. I'm just making sure.
Okay, that's 3 times.
I don't want you to stake a claim in these first 5 after the bye week later on. Like I want you to make it clear.
When I look at breaking a season down, I try to take it in 4-game increments because it's 25% essentially of the season. So looking at our schedule, just to be a little contradictory to what we've had opinions, because all you guys' opinions that I've heard have been great, and I could definitely agree with many of them, which doesn't mean that's my opinion, just to be clear. But what I'm going to say, just to bring a different perspective, is weeks 11 through 14, starting with the Cowboys and ending with the Lions. I think there's plenty of opportunity in the schedule to look at the stretches being tough, but I think late in the season, about 75% of the way, 60 to 75% of the way, starting with the road game in Dallas, that's going to be tough. So I think 11 through 14 is a tough stretch. It's not conference games heavy. You've got 1 divisional opponent inside of 3 outside of conference opponents that are all historically solid franchises that have fairly good history to them, as we know. So I think 11 through 14 is going to be a tough stretch.
I respect that.
I appreciate that.
You confused, Dice?
No,
You need to bust out the crayons.
I'm looking. I've got 11. I've got 11 and 14 as losses.
I've got a highlighter, Ice. If you want me to draw you a picture.
Am I muted? Okay, I've got 11 and 14 as losses. So I agree with Van there. Like the 50% of those, I think are losses anyway. And I'm looking at the two in between. You got the Jaguars away and the Commanders at home. Like, maybe he's worried about the Jaguars away, like Commanders at home. If one of those, that could be like 3 out of the 4 losses, I don't know. But two out of the 4 I have as losses. So I can see how that would be a rough stretch. Yeah.
So are you slowly getting closer to the screen, or is that just me?
It's just you. It's just you.
I don't think it's just you.
He's like slowly creeping.
Ice is getting slowly closer to the screen, and Fanby's about.
Does that make it better?
Fanby's about to be in his 17th
now
location.
I can see your bandana.
No, I'm just looking closer at the screen here. I'm looking closer. Let me show you what I'm looking at.
Yeah, we see it.
At this screen.
Hey, look at that, 65-inch, just as I expected.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so I'm looking closer, and I agree with Van. Like I think that's a potentially rough stretch. Like I gotta get it. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, I'm not against you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We lost Bandit.
No, I'm here. I'm sitting here digitalizing all of our records. I'm trying to send that over to Ice now so we can get started on what he has going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I was messing with you.
I know you're good. I'm gonna mess with you too, bro. That's what we do. It's all good. No, that's fine. I'm excited about this. I think we all feel good about the schedule. I don't think we feel like we got done wrong or anything was bad or out of whack or too much of a bad stretch. We're on the road too long. We do get 2 back-to-back home games to open up the season, which you haven't had that in a while. So that's something else. Just hopefully we can actually take advantage of it, and I think we will. But most of us pretty much even most of it out. You'll see it in the prediction. I might just send you all the same text just so you can have it and just see it. We all have a copy of what happened here today. But yeah, I think that overall this isn't the worst schedule. All of these teams have to prove themselves. I mean, yes, this is a way, way, way too early prediction, as they like to say. But nonetheless, I think it was done I think it was done. I don't think it was too optimistic. I mean, I think I'm the only one. Yes, I am. I'm the only one that got us starting off with 3 straight wins. So, I mean, my 3-0 start, hey, man. Hey, but we all pretty much came to the bye in some agreements and kind of evened it out. So it's not too bad. But I feel good about this, man. Anybody got any closing remarks before we do? Oh, and so another thing that I'm going to do, I have some more talking points about the schedule, but I'm not going to drag this out. What I'm going to do is I'm probably want to do like one-on-ones with you all, maybe over the course of the next week. I know it's going to be a talking point for a while, so we'll schedule that out off camera, but I'm just telling you all while we're here. So we'll do that, and we'll break down more questions that I actually do have about the schedule. But is there anything anyone wants to point out, anything anyone noticed, any closing remarks before we get out of here? I mean, you all have the floor, or I could just take us home. Just let me know. Where we at?
Yeah, I will say this, just as an overview for our schedule release, I think there's reasons to be optimistic. Most of the fan base is already optimistic because we've carried so much energy through the off season, coming off of 2 horrible years, bad coaching staff, poor decisions. And we feel like this franchise has a lot of momentum going in the right location. The product has to be on the field. Those guys are going to decide the wins and losses. And we need to be there to support them regardless, in my opinion. But I think just looking at the schedule on its basis, if you follow NFL, you watch NFL, which we all do, we have a lot of good things. And you just mentioned one of them, which is we've got 2 home games to start the season, which I love. We're playing against the NFC East this year, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, right? Because we've got a down year for the Giants in all regards. They're reloading, rebuilding. We've got the Commanders, who are kind of similar in that regard, and then the Cowboys and the Eagles. And it's important who you play in the other conference. So that's really cool. And then we have the AFC South, and that's always a toss-up. So I think there's a lot to be positive about this year. I'm excited about it.
Yep. I know you got something to say, Alex. I can tell.
I don't have a lot to say, actually. I agree with Van. It's there's not a lot to say. I think that I'm at a loss for words.
We call this rockstar freeze.
Wow. Dude, you're making me emotional right now. Come on,
Okay,
man.
so-
It looked like your puppy just got hit by a car.
I got you. I got you, Ice. I got you, Ice.
Like Van took all my words, honestly. Like I
got you.
just think that we're gonna be all right this year.
We're getting good at that,
I
Ice.
think this year, to be honest with you guys, it's a great time to be a Titans fan right now.
Yeah.
It's always, because at this point, like, we've been longing so long for some consistency. We feel it coming. It's there. I think, pause, but it's there. It's coming. But it's just this rebrand, this new stadium, this new rebrand, this new coaching staff, this everything has refreshing our fandom, I would say, overall, because it was in a dark place for a couple of years. We just didn't know which way was up. We didn't know which way we were going. We know which way we wanted to go, but it just wasn't getting there. And so I think with this a new fresh, I guess, paint of optimism on the situation, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. We're getting there. We're progressing, and I think as steady as it is, Barganzi is pulling us out. He's pulling us out. He's pulling us out inch by inch. So, sometimes we take the inch and we try to get a mile, but too ahead of ourselves. But right now, slowly building. Right now, and that's another pause. But right now, we have to take what we can get and keep going. And I think this is what the optimism that we all see right now. Yes, we can say 12-5, 9-8, but we at least, I can say this about all of us, at least we have optimism about this season. We feel a little bit better. I guarantee you, we feel a lot better about this season than last season at this time. And I think that's what it's all about. And I think I can't wait for the season to start. I can't wait for us to see, fresh new colors, fresh, out there supporting our team, seeing y'all at some of these games, hopefully, and just being a fan of what we see to fruition and see it grow and see us actually take off. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see this growing. I can't wait to see Cam Ward on quarterbacks. So, I can't wait to see what this team is. And actually, to be honest with you, watch this Titans brand grow a little bit more, because I feel like we get forgotten a lot. We get with a lot of things. I mean, there's still people still using our old logo, in a lot of things, even though we have a new one. So I think for us to this rebrand, this refresh, to get people to, maybe we get some new era of Titan fans to fall in love with this team like we did, So, I think this is what this is about. I feel the energy. I feel like it's going to be, we're going to grow. We're going to grow. And that's where we're at. We're in a transition period right now of trying to build this team up. So, back up to where we used to be, So I'm excited. And I hope y'all are too. And get ready to buckle up, because it's going to be a ride.
It's going to be a hell of a ride, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Well, it's about that time. Yeah. You ever go night-night? All right, hey, look, we appreciate y'all. We really do appreciate y'all for tapping in and rocking out with us, man. I want to thank y'all for watching and being part of this journey. We're really trying to build something real over here, a place for Titans fans. That means you too. You can pull up, you can speak up, and we want you to come and feel at home. So help us get the word out, man, so the more the two-tone family can get a chance to do the same, because everybody is welcome. And if you really enjoy what happened here tonight, just do us a solid, man. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. You can catch the Two-Tone Network, the Two-Tone Bandit, Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Man, we're there and we're growing every day. Just let us know how you feel down below, because I'll be checking back soon. TTFU all day, baby. I am the Two-Tone Bandit, Real Ice Titan, Ghost Titan, Titans Van, and Titan Fan B, and Bo B. Look, we in here, we came, we saw, punched them in the jaw. We'll see you this evening. I can't even get it out. We'll see you this season. You know what it is. Tighten up, baby. We out.
Peace.
Good one. Be safe. All right.